Good evening, everybody. Starting a little early today. Hmm. How's everybody doing? Wait a minute. Why is the screen not working? One second. I'm trying to figure out why the game's not working. Alright, one second. Is it... Okay. The game is running. Why is it... Wait a minute. Is this normally Dead by Daylight looks like? Oh. I might have downloaded the wrong game. One second, I'm going to put this on a be right back because I just saw link account and I think it does what I think it does. Was that on purpose, I wonder? Controls, why are you being stupid? Yeah, we'll do all that later. That's fucking hilarious that you can link Stadia still. So, yeah. Maybe I did download the wrong game. Maybe this was my intention the entire time. I have a feeling I might have lost a viewer just now. Yes, new file. Hi there. You wake up on a beach, soaking wet, saltwater stinging the inside of your throat as if you'd nearly drowned. Water falls from... Am I muted? Hello? Hello? It might be just you. Can you hear me, Lurka? Okay, so it's just, yeah. Water falls from your mouth as you open it to gasp for air. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, but not where you came from or a single fact about your life. What you do know is that despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. You really went down... Thank you, Jackal. You really want to find... You need a minute, or can I go on? Because I can give you a minute. We got plenty of time. Endless time, really. An eternity, if you catch my drift. Is the fucking entity the ocean? Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh, not now, ocean. Sorry, Nami. May I continue? Please go on. Okay, then, as I was... As I was saying, you look down at your feet, ankle deep in a crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. A decomposing face stares up at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit a stream of dark bile, bugs, worm, and other ick. Questions race in your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who is behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? See... I really went down for what, Jackal? This is not happening. This is not happening. The mantra centers you, and you briefly able to find peace. The lapping waves go silent, and for the first time in your entire life, it feels like you're in control. When you open your eyes, you're in the exact same place, except now that the disgusting corpse faces is smiling at you. Even the dead have a wondrous time on our island. I promise you will too. Don't worry, you're going to do just fine. We wouldn't want anyone else. Well, that was sure weird, that voice again. Do oceans normally talk? Your memory isn't right, but you're pretty sure you remember learning as a child that oceans do not speak directly to people in spooky terms. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer as your current situation as you feel something soft bump into your foot. Is that Wilson? Little help, please. You turn around and when you see the Sorry, Jackal, I'm not going to be able to do her justice. Oh. Oh. Hello. Four gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Each of them oozes with undead energy, a magical aura reaching out and penetrating you via your eyes. Your heart begins to race, curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare as these casually dressed, let's call them killers, I don't know, Not to be judgmental, but that's the energy they put out there. God, what am I doing? So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once. You're completely paralyzed. Hello? There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the volleyball, back at the monstrous lineup of, well, literal monsters. Sexy ass monsters, though. Motherfucker, Lurka. You're gonna punish me with this one. There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and back up at the sexy ass monsters, though. What do you do? Toss it back. You bend down and grab the ball. It's warm from sitting in the sand on this beautiful day. When you give the ball a toss, it arcs beautifully through the air and lands right in Huntress's hands. Not bad, stranger. Huntress's muscles ripple as she grips it in her hand. She looks up and down and considers what it might be like to be held tightly in those strong arms. Warm, perhaps, maybe a little sweaty, but that's okay. It's natural. Oh, son of a bitch. Try hard much? They're speaking directly to you, as you can't bring yourself to reply. You're entranced. Also, you're getting an extra couple of minutes. They're speaking... When you snap out of it, you realize that everyone has gone back to the volleyball court. Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion onto their private beach. Should you be frightened? Worried? I did refer to them as killers, not to give you too much away. But at the same time, damn, they are looking very appealing on their own way. And nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Don't be scared, Nami. You were made for this. Well, geez, if the spooky ocean says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all going to work out. With no reason not to, you decide to head over to see what happens next. It seems you've derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. Fuck it. Timer keeps breaking. You derailed the game just by showing up, nitwit. And I guess you're also a nitwit. Okay, I'm sorry, Lurka. The timer just kept failing on me, so the next time you redeem, I'll make sure to actually do a proper 5 minutes. Look, it's best to just go with what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold pretty much anyone who always seems to have fresh blood on their hands. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that in the mic. Yeah, so far it's been pretty self-aware, Jackal. Okay, we're gonna bring this back over so I don't have to see a time. Hey, don't worry about it. It's all just a game of existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. Mm-hmm. What's your deal? What brings you here? You mean they're here to do more than distract from my total domination? That was Wrath. The sign means he was done with the game too. Either that or he saw a butterfly or something. Look, I don't care if this slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill him or not? Sir? You know you can't. At least not yet. Madam! Oh yeah, not yet. You might want to know, say something. Actually, never mind. They have plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has some questions for you, but be warned. Answer quickly, answer well. And it will be important later. Very important. Or not important in any way whatsoever. Probably that one. I can't remember. Just another face in the crowd, another normal meaningless life in an endless cycle. Uh-huh. I think you're quite cute myself, like a chipmunk or a grizzly. Uh-huh. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Invisibility. Same, although sometimes I think I already... What is your best subject in school? History. It's nice and important to know that you came before and not doomed to repeat humanity's mistakes. I mean, we will always, but still. What's your favorite animal? I'm gonna go with that, because I think that was a ferret, but I can't remember. What? Why is everyone looking at me? You think just because of the typical cute goth girl I have some specific love of things, cats, and more specifically black cats? Well, I do, but well, I do, but can you all go to hell anyway? What's your favorite color? Red. Some call it a different color of love, but love is a word for pit. What's your dream job? Astronaut. That'd be pretty amazing. Further away from anyone than floating in space, though. The cold, inky vastness of nothing forever. Best flavor of ice cream. I'm sorry, what's that last one? It's chocolate, by the way. My favorite flavor is pain. What? Same here. Mine is vanilla, swirled with pain. I think mint chip is the greatest flavor ever conceived. Myself, but enough about ice cream, am I right? Hold on a second, that reminds me. I am right. Always, it's a lesson you should learn before we go too much further. What do you say? If you want to survive, pick mint chip. We're teaching lessons now, narrator. You rascal. Kill or be killed is the rule of this island, even for faceless voices. Tell me what's the best flavor of ice cream? Mint chip. The best flavor is mint chip. So obedient. I think you're gonna do just fine. Anywho, now that they know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants to start getting to know them. I don't know what voice he has. I forget what it is. Oh, they're all gonna try. I'm Trapper, pretty much fun things around here. I'm the smartest, richest, strongest person on the whole island. I don't like losers. If you want to know what a loser looks like, say hello to Wrath. I don't remember their voices. Sir. I've heard your daddy voice, Nero. Hi, I'm Wrath. Nothing like I'm like none of that. God damn it. I'm nothing like everyone else. I like nice people and loathe big dumb idiots. Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. I don't really hate most things either. It's not worth time. But the things I do hate, I really hate. You know? I don't think I can get my voice that deep, Nero. Based on my personal observations, life is nothing but suffering, and society is a carefully calculated lie to keep everyone subservient, to choose one power. It's better to choose or to just not take part. Jesus, like she was downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. Oh no, wait, I'm just still remembering Spirit's story now, and almost exactly what happened. Oh yeah. I don't know why. I feel she has like a Southern Belle accent, and I can't. It's like I'm not going to try it. Hi, I'm Huntress, and I'm down if. Don't let these bummers get you down. There's a lot of fun on this island, along with lots of love. Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean. Grow up. Grow a body. I've explained to you 1,000 times I'm dead. But I'm not a literal ghost. I just create a trail of fog. I'm not made of it. Whatever, fog body. That's not nice. He's not nice. You love it. Only sometimes. Ew, really? That's disgusting. That's why she likes it. Don't speak to me, I also hate it. Stop speaking entirely, actually. For the first time ever, I agree with Wrath. Let's move on, otherwise they'll do this all day. Besides, I know this crew, and I do. They'll want to show you off soon enough. If you're done playing, let's do something else instead. Well, for once I actually agree with the meathead. Jackal. She's a corpse. I think we have bigger problems than the fog. I say we go to my yacht. It's the massive boat docked nearby. I'm sorry she has a yacht. I'll give her... Oh, wait, it's him. I'll give everyone a taste of true luxury and power. Wrath rolls his eyes. Don't mind him, he just hates fun and happiness. No, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth, the way it's flaunted needlessly and cruelty endures. What about hanging out by the pool? I find the water calming, simply beautiful. Simple, beautiful. What about the volleyball game? We can exercise and have fun as a group. Oh my god, I can't do voices. Very true, Nero. There's a perfectly good lounge to chill out right here. And besides, I hate being in the sun. Where do you want to go? Okay. Who are we going to go for first? Hey, chat, who are we going for first? Because I kind of know who I want to go for. But I also know everybody probably wants to go... Yeah, screw it. Yep. To kick up your feet, look out over the ocean and relax on your own terms. Who would want anything else? Dry, comfortable, enjoying the cool drinks on a hot day? It's the best. I mean, what kind of fool, what kind of monsters, what kind of mask-wearing psychopath would finally be granted a break from the constant grind of chasing and fighting to get ahead and then choose to exert themselves in a, quite frankly, any way whatsoever? Why am I the only one who gets it? Sorry, I had to pick the spirit. It's time to stop living by their rules. I won't do it any longer. Yeah, we should probably give her a second to calm down. What? Who are you two? Hold on. What? Just for one moment. This is Dwight and Claudette. Can't talk. This is Dwight and Claudette, our activities coordinators. They're also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. That's a poke at the characters in the game. They're the only hope remaining on the island. This place we call Murderer's Island. Nah. None of the others survived. Survived the interview process, I mean. I need an emote of my character just staring directly at the camera. Hence why we shall henceforth refer to them as survivors with a capital S. These two have worked here a long time. So very long, I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry, anyway, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they're vibrating with a nervous energy that is starting to give me the creeps. To be fair, Wrath is actually kind of cute too. And yeah, just listen, pansexual panic kicked in. We will now escort the group to the venue of your choosing. However, in the future we recommend waiting for us to present you with the options whenever possible and don't run off to various activities unsupervised. We don't have much autonomy around here. The least you can do is allow us to do our job. The most you can do is help us get off the site. Dwight? Yeah, pardon me. Please follow us. Hey, narrator. Yeah, something I wish to help you with? Did they just start to mention something about wanting to escape? Is escape an option? Should I be trying to escape? Escape them? No. I think you're mistaken. It seems like Dwight was asking for help to get off this island, though. Oh, right, yes, that's... I want all four. I want all four, but I have a feeling the spirit's the easiest one. Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. He was, but he meant that he wants to get to the other vacation island getaway a couple miles south of here. It's much fancier accommodations than this island. Mm-hmm. It's one of those big corporate outfits, quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out. Very luxurious. Doesn't quite have the charm of this island has, though. Trust me, you wouldn't want to go there with all the money that comes up. A lot of restrictions. This is where you belong. Now. Off you go. It's time for an activity on this island. Your decisions matter mostly when I agree with them. Not like that other island. So what'll it be? Did we not... Listen, Nero, you're not wrong. No. Finally, freedom from the preposterous premise of that the four of us would be engaged in some sort of thrilling 2-on-2 volleyball match. Spirit looks at you from underneath her gigantic sun hat. She takes a conspiratorial tone. I don't know whose idea volleyball was in the first place, but I hate them. I tried to feign a sprained ankle, but everyone already knows that I technically float above the ground, so nobody believed me. I can't talk. Wasn't even putting any pressure on my joints in the first place. Then I tried to annoy everyone by not giving a crap, and then they didn't work. I tried whining, and that didn't work. I threatened to kill every single person on this island, but it turns out I'm not the first to toss that kind of threats around on this island. So, thanks, I guess, for getting it called off. Are we threatening each other to end each other again? Now it's Dwight who takes on a conspiratorial tone, his eyes shifting as he slips out into a loud whisper. Please, just make it quick. Is what you'll be saying when you get behind the bar to make your drinks of your dreams. Hilarious, right? Right, Dwight? Yeah, right. So, what will you be having? I don't know what to pick here. Something fruity but refreshing. Hold the coconut sangria, maybe. My pleasure. Ah, damn it, it's his drink. I'll take it. We should make drinks like that. Well, not we exactly. I watched someone drink a drink like that once. They looked happy. No, it's for adults, the kind who like, tropical fun. Oh, I see. Hunters really seem to perk up at the idea of kids being around, and is bummed to hear there aren't any. But I'm quite glad it's just grown-ups on this island. Personally, little ones should definitely not be exposed to this. Not my cup of tea, but okay, we can still use it for a toast then. To new adventures. To new friends. To, Clink. Did you just say Clink? No. Since we fulfilled your request, it's time for you to return the favor. I should have known there was a catch. Icebreaker time! swear had I known they'd pull that kind of Fox Enthusiasm community building crap, I'd have suggested we attempt to walk to the lowest point of the ocean before I ever sit near this bar. You don't think this could be something kind of fun, a little fun? Never mind, I hate it. This sucks, but it could be fine, or whatever you say. Does anyone see my hat? I've literally never seen him in a hat. If we must make stall talk, at least picking a topic before we end up... lame improv game that nerds learn at their non-sports after-school activities that I definitely never did because I'm not a nerd. The amount of times I keep looking at the microphone because I don't have a camera. Methinks a certain someone does protest too much. Sitting here on this beautiful sunny afternoon, warm sand beneath the cool fog beneath my severed feet. The topic I choose is books, novels, comics, fiction, or none. Reading is the only real escape from the inescapable horror of life. The escape into your own mind. A groan rose to the crowd, not a lot of the readers here, but I imagine based on their response, they were much more enthusiastic about drinking. Considering the situation we're in, it seems an appropriate time to ask you, Nami, what's your desert island book? The one book you'd bring with you if you're well on an island like this. Oh, and it has to be a classic horror for reasons that should be obvious. She means because this is an island of horror villains and those are books that are all public domain. Nothing too modern. Humanity has really gotten soft these past 100 years. So what's your favorite? I'm trying to think of what she likes. Dracula's one classic that's still scary. To be seduced by some beautiful stranger. Thank you, Nero. To be seduced by some beautiful stranger only to learn later on that they're an immortal villain. It's downright thrilling. Well, I guess that... But I was going to say that despite the deviant behavior of Dracula and the threat of possible danger or even death that he poses, you can't help but get turned on by the liberation from the status quo that he represents. Same here. So what if some old doctor says he's a bad boy? You're supposed to reek like garlic and sleep alone. Who do they think would buy into that? Madam? If you're going to be trapped in a nightmare that is undead in life and eternal, which I know a little something about, you could do a lot worse than great clothes, a castle, a lover who doesn't take shit from anyone. Madam! The scariest part about Dracula is thinking that no one will ever be quite as interesting. Uh-huh. Enough about these old stories that belong to someone else. I think it's time to make up some new stories of our own. Before you know what's going on, Huntress is waving an empty vodka bottle in the air, a devilish twinkle in her mask-covered eye. In her half-mask-covered eye. Man, just something a little naughty. Let's circle and spin the... Oh! I thought there was only 4 of them! Mm-hmm. Yeah. Trickster's in a bit late to introducing their character. I thought it was one who gets to make the rules, so I'm not sure who I'm asking. But I wasn't ready for this. No one was. Well, hello, and who's this new fan in the waiting? Beat it back, heck. I don't know what's the harm in inviting one more person to join the circle for our game. Oh, I can't stay. I was just saying it's a great idea. Also, I was teasing... while also teasing the new secret trickster ending. Mm-hmm. I've got much, much better things to do than hang out here. I'm famous. Toodaloo. The rules are simple. First you spin, then you swap spit. That's it. But let's be clear, this ain't a peep show. We're here to have a good time, but in a classy. All makeouts will happen out of view of the public eye. Real romantic like. Yes, romance is the goal, so we'll be waiting here in complete silence, trying to listen and use our imaginations while you make out with the other side of the bar, but not watching. Like adults. Romantic, well-adjusted adults. Nami, you're up. Put your fate in your hands and of the empty bottle gods. In a clockwise direction. And the bottom is a target you're going to be pointing at. Not technically, whatever pointer stops at, that's your result. Suppose it doesn't stop where you want it to, that's a bit like losing. No one has to know if you don't tell them. Ready? Alright. Ah! You two are meant to... Psych, you have to actually spin multiple times to get for the real result. First, to get to 3 times is your true match. This is how we play hardcore. Spin the bottle on this end. Now you get your spin on. Yay! Okay, that's 1 for each. Ah. No! I don't mind getting him, but... Yay! Spirit is your true... Ooh! Just this morning you were waking up on a strange beach surrounded by strangers with a murderous intent. Now you're looking across a beach towel at Spirit, lust in her eyes, sweat glistening on her skin. Your heart races, you can feel your pulse pounding in your ears. Spirit takes you by the hand, and you sit face to face at a private section of the bar. She begins to reach to you, putting her hands on your shoulders. You're sweating, but not in the sexy way she is. You're sweating in the gross way you'd sweat as an interview of a job you're not even remotely qualified for. Yeah. You don't know what to do. If you try and lock lips in this state, you might gross her out so completely that you'll never be able to look you romantically again. Spirit, we have some bad news for you. I have something in my teeth and I don't... Yeah, I know. It's just you seem pretty harmless and not in all too bad to kiss if I were interested, which I'm not at the moment in time. Are we going to tell them we kissed? We are. I'm not above lying to get what I want. So that thing about not being that bad to... Was that a lie to get me to play along? If you want to know the truth, figure it out for yourself. Don't expect this life to just hand you gifts like me. All I was ever handed was pain and suffering. Treat me well and I'll return the flavor. Otherwise, try a different route and see what happens. It's passionate because we never spy on you constantly while you stay on the island. But dinner is ready, served right away, and we must insist you join us. We wouldn't want anyone dying of starvation when there are more interesting things to die from. This game is going to kill me. You were expecting what? Capture the flag? Do you know how complicated it is to run the game like this? That? Much more so than sitting and talking? You arrived at a cookout area for... Scattered around when you were expecting what kind of grand hall with a huge banquet table? This ain't some prestigious fancy epic like you'd find on cable. Dwight and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there's very limited seating directly around you. Oh, and great, terrific. It seems like everyone wants to sit next to you. Even better is that they don't want to sit next to a certain people either. To start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit... Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wrath or Trickster. Oh yeah, Trickster's here, surprised. Yeah, well, they don't call him Expected Stir. I'm sorry, even I get nervous around crowds of killers. And my whole shtick gets a little flustered. You literally can't let Hunter and Trapper sit together. No, seriously, their arms are too big. They can't fit on the table if they sit side by side. Look at the... We can't even fit everyone on the screen at the same time. You probably think it was an error, but it's not. It was completely intentional. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Got that? Developers being like, shut up, we know the game's broken. Okay, Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side, the rest of them will sit on the opposite you. Huntress and Trapper can sit at the ends with their normal sexy arms. We can begin dinner. Tonight's meal was prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We hope you all enjoy. We really, really hope you do. Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you were serving. What are we eating? It's meat. Seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply can't divulge. Meat is... Which you'd know considering what you've been up to. Who are you to be judging now? I'm just sharing facts that you need to murder something to eat its meat, so that it's like it's technically true. Technically true is the best kind of true. Okay, enough yapping, let's eat. Hey Naomi, you think what I'm thinking? It's gonna be a person on that spit, right? Or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps. I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm tree button-down sprints, you know. When you look closely at the spit you spot, definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. I think it might be 6 or anything else to eat. It has took 12 hours, and we do literally everything on this island. Actually, one thing you're not doing today, you're not carving up this delectable meat. Wow, he's right for a change, because I am, with my products and the perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain. First who says twain, sometimes I swear it's like, Second, I'll handle this with my cleaver, fast, powerful, and clean. At least it'll clean the most meat is cooked, no blood. You two and your audacious bicep swinging contest, enough, grow up. Obviously, my gorgeous katana is... I'll show you both in actual hell if you'd like. Please stop. I hate it when we fight or talk, or even when we look at each other in the eye. I can do it. I have a skull of heart. Azarov. Great. Instead of slicing, you can club it to a second death. Hey, now I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up Felix. Dinner. Otherwise, this will go on for hours. No hyperbole. They once argued over who had the most effective weapon for 72 straight hours. And it doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, it'll take even longer cleaning their weapon, all while explaining the value of maintaining your tools. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason they're always terrified of tetanus. Hey, why don't I just let me carve up dinner? Splendid idea. We'd hate to let it get cold. We hate it for when it got cold. You hate it when it got cold. Oh, here's a machete, freshly sharpened. Mini containers. The top point of which rotates clockwise direction, and the bottom, which it's to spin the bottle, is immediately visible. Sometimes it's hidden under point to her eyes. To achieve a perfect success, land on the start of the target area, not the end. Nice. Oh, I actually had to hit the stop button. Oh shit. You missed completely. Perfect. And... why is it getting faster? Lots of meta humor. Also, we killed a guy named Fred. This sounds especially coming from mass killers while they eat, which involves lifting their mask and shoving food up behind them. Are nasty. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to really be embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? So this is obviously hell, I mean. Come on, we're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones who've been working their asses off to make the next night perfect. Yeah, it's the entity. Well, at least there's a lift. At least they're lifting off their masks. There's only 99% as disgusting as it could be if they had tried to mash stuff through there. Spirit, why aren't you... these two things are about being dead and not having to eat. That's only one thing. Think about Nami. Number 2 is no number 2. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed, but I'm mostly a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in spectral form. Do you see how deep this cut in my abdomen is? I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore. Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. But even worse, they're staring at you. You're not eating. They don't like that. I think they want an explanation why. What do you tell them? Do I go and look at a seagull, or look at that seagull, or I'm sorry? Actually, it's not the food or the company, it's the super self-conscious how I look when I eat. I was just pretending to be grossed out by dinner so I'd have an excuse not to chew in front of everyone. Sorry if that made things awkward. I'm actually extremely hungry. But you try to relax and not worry what everyone else thinks. It's so important to always remember people are watching you, judging you, definitely not ignoring you, right, guys? Is anyone listening to me? Typically in groups that includes one, if not more, cannibals staring at you with meat juice dripping from their chins. Would be quite scary. However, right now you're barely able to keep your head up, let alone get scared and run away. I'm a narrator, not a so please don't take this mental, guys, but I'm pretty sure you need to eat to stay alive. Oh hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide. Narrator to the narrator. The ocean. Not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you, not unless you follow the right path, or at least a right path. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully you pick at least one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse. Starting scene's over and having to go fast forward back to where you were, am I right? For this place holds many secrets, even from itself. But the one that truly matters only we learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Answering that and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth. Vague, mysterious, I gotta give it up to this ocean character. That's some quality early game storytelling. Aw. You wake up to find Spirit holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cold water into your mouth. Don't you love the ocean at night? I do. Staring out over the vast darkness in the ocean really validates the feeling inside me that we're all truly insignificant and the only thing worth pursuing is revenge. I have to wonder, how could anyone believe anything else? You look out into the darkness of night and ponder her questions. Well, it's a simple question. How could they? How could anyone not feel small and alone in the face of such a massive nothingness? It's a simple question. How could they? How could anyone not feel the same? Feel small and alone in the face of such massive nothingness. See, in a normal dating sim, I know what the correct answer is. I used to feel the same way, small, unimportant, alone, but lately I'm not so sure. I started to feel different. I started to actually think that maybe this island is where I might meet someone special. You look at Spirit, who has turned from the ocean to look at you while you speak on this topic she's clearly so passionate about. A friend, perhaps. Something more? I don't know what this island has planned for me. A friend. Friends are just cowards who seek comfort in numbers. I had a friend once, back before I was chopped into a bunch of pieces by my father. Oh, right. Friends aren't what's keeping me held together. I'm floating in a cloud of rage. I'm so busy trying to please everyone and be perfect student, the perfect employee, the perfect daughter. I don't care. I didn't take care of myself, and now I'm all I've got. Worst of all, I've just got to have... I've got distracted by my destiny, the purpose that was sitting inside me my whole life. So this might sound a bit silly, but Spirit looks around to see if there's anyone else on the beach, but she's convinced that it's only you two. She continues. There's a dragon that lives inside me. I've always known, but I've tried to ignore it. When I couldn't ignore it, it tried to push it down. I'm so stupid. You're not stupid. That sounds badass. Yeah? Right, but I didn't let it out, and then I, chop, and then that dragon is pretty much one-track revenge beast. But enough about me. What's inside you, stranger? No dragon, just a lot of fire. Maybe I'm the dragon. I'm sorry, but you're no dragon breathing fire. That's some Hobbit-type nonsense. I'm a descendant of proud samurai. Our dragons are on a whole other level. Looks like there was only room for one dragon inside Spirit after... God damn it. Behind you, and you quickly spin around to defend you dangerous Popton. Only to find this white and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand, waving to... It's very important that we stick to the itinerary and attend the events as scheduled. Playing sick for cute flirt points was not part of this evening's activities. That's strictly slotted for in the after campfire story time. At this rate, we'll be late. Playing sick? No time for excuses. Well, there is, but that's scheduled for after what comes after the flirting. Go, go, go! Once everyone has gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We're not going to blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not going to say who, so don't worry. You hasn't been sticking to schedule. That means we were behind on time for evening activities. And we only have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story. Just one story, but story time is my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us that only one person gets to share? How will we decide who? Oh, great. We have to decide as a group. That never goes well. Whoever did this, step up now. I swear I won't be angry. I'll mercilessly chop your head clean off. No fuss, no muss. Voice trembling, you realize this is probably for you. But you embrace your fate. Sorry, everyone. I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I don't understand how this whole schedule thing works. I guess I lost track of time while I was passed out. Been there before, even though it's taking some pressure off of me, which is the absolute dream come true. It's really fair to pick on the newbie. Seriously, has anything ever happened on schedule even once? Damn it, Donald, if you try to flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me, I'll snap your head off so quickly that... Let Cynthia, Fuss, and Muss are back on you two. We all know how to love to kill. It's almost... Nobody named any names. Who even knows any names? Not us. I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. But we still gotta get started on story time. So, Nami, who do you think should go? Also, damn it, there's a name. Damn it, that's a name. Please pick somebody quickly so this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. Does the trapper need tape? Because she's... Damn it, Jackal. Really? You want to hear from me? Spirit huffs and dramatically rolls her eyes as she gets to her feet in front of the campfire. Don't let her talk you out of it. She's great with ghost stories. I don't know where she gets it, but she comes up with the scary stuff seriously disturbing, even to me. And I literally pulled a guy's skull and spine out once with my bare hands. Sir. Talk about bullshit stories. If everyone else is going to chit-chat, I can just sit down and Huntress' eyes go red behind her mask, and both Trapper and Wrath take seats. They know when it's worth fighting and when it's not. I see, Jackal. I hate to break it to you, but tonight's story isn't scary. It's a romance. Too late now, though. I was selected, so I'm going to tell my story. I call it The Prisoner's Kiss. You notice that Huntress and Wrath are both sharing a giant tub of popcorn. Nobody offered you popcorn. God damn it. Big Mama and just dumb Wrath just putting a popcorn. It was a dark summer night. Warm rain seeped from... It was a dark summer night. Warm rain seeped from the sky like blood from an old wound. Detective Hada, a celebrated investigator and renowned hostage negotiator, was called to the scene of a strange occurrence unlike anything she had ever seen before. When she arrived, the scene was chaotic. Crowds had begun to gather. A dozen other officers were doing everything they could to keep curious onlookers away. But how could anyone resist wanting to know more? For there, in the middle of a busy market, had appeared a giant box, strange, alien in its appearance, and massive in size. No one knew how it got there. Was it delivered? Built on site? In such a busy area, how could something like this just appear? A mystery as if conjured by magic. But this was no illusion. This huge box was very real, and someone was trapped inside. Spirit pauses her story to look deep from face to face each audience member. She has no expression, but you feel her vibrating with energy. She's in her element. Help me, cried someone inside the box. It was a man, terrified, trapped, imprisoned, his voice trembling. By now it was as if every detective in the city was there, looking this strange structure up and down, inspecting it on every side. It didn't make any sense. There were no doors, no windows, no fasteners or seams. It was completely solid and much too heavy to move by hand. Solid, that is, except for a single small slit, just enough to see the bloodshot eyes of the prisoner trapped inside. I don't know what happened. I woke up here. I was so scared. Please help me, cried the man as if pleading for his life. No stranger in tense situations, Detective Hada comforted this man. She used her training to calm him and buy time for the other investigators. However, time did not bring clarity, only anxiety as the night dragged on. with no progress opening the box. And the night grew longer, the seeping rain puddling on the ground. The man inside grew more desperate, more sad and lonely, more pathetic, and in need of help. But Detective Hada was no help at all. Powerless to save him, guilt began to weigh on her like it never had before. "Don't let me die in here," the man begged. "Don't let me die alone." "Stay calm," instructed Detective Hada. "You're not alone. I'm here. Hell, half the town is here. We're all in this together, and we won't let this be the end of your story." Looking through the narrowest of passageways, Detective Hada watched her own reflection in the tear-filled eyes of the strange, sad prisoner. Together they both wept in silence at the hopelessness of the moment. "Promise?" asked the man. "Promise that I'm not alone?" "Yes," she promised. "I do." A simple pledge that she felt an instant connection like she had never felt before. Not to her family, not to her friends, not to any other hostage she had worked so hard to free before. And so when the man's eyes closed and backed away, it didn't scare Detective Hada, for she knew he would return. And he did, pressing his lips to the narrow slit at that horrible puzzle box, repeating his question again, steam flowing from his mouth as he asked, "Promise that I'm not alone?" "Yes," she promised, "I do," and pressing her palms against the cold outside of the box, without truly knowing why, Detective Hada leaned forward and placed her own lips up to the opening, letting her breath creep into the strange structure, allowing her warm lips to fall on this man's. It was a gentle kiss, a moment of compassion. She could feel the brief connection of the beating of her heart, pulsing blood through every inch of her body, matched beat for beat in this soft touch. "Thank you," said the man, no trace of fear remaining in his voice, and he backed away from into the darkness, disappearing in a single moment of eerie calmness. "Get back!" yelled an officer, suddenly thrusting himself down between Detective Hada and the box, breaking the silence that would soon be filled with a cacophony of whirring gears and clicking latches, a symphony of mechanical activity happening all at once. Something had triggered, if unseen. The lever pulled, and the side of the giant box began to slide open. Detective Hada gripped their flashlight tightly and pushed forward into the foggy interior of the giant box. Her feet splashed in the puddled rain. "Hi, Carnage! Thanks for the raid! We're in the middle of playing Dead by Daylight, the dating sim." "Oh, you." "Oh, what? Thank you for the subscribe. Thank you, Carculus, for the subscription." "Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh. Hi. Thank you for the subscription." Thank you, everybody. Oh, those are gifted subs. Thank you so much, Carnage. Where was I? Thank you. I wasn't expecting it. Thank you. Where you might have, Carnage. Her feet splashed in the puddle of rainwater, her heart racing as she swept her light from side to side. And that's when her eyes landed on the man, or at least landed on what should have been him. There in the corner of the box was a pile of pieces, like parts of a doll almost pulled apart, or perhaps that's just how Detective Hada had to think of him in that moment to survive. Thank you, Carnage. Disconnected from any other, clearly severed and placed in a neat little pile. And atop the pile, a head, cold pale, eyes open, lips an icy blue. Spirit stares at the fire, her own expression lifeless. Her lips blue, tears fall from her eyes, chin and soak into the sand at her feet. You're blown away by the story, and it's safe to say you're not alone. Everyone else is looking into the fire or up into the sky, anywhere but at the spirit. It was you who chose her, you who initiated this harrowing tale. So sad, so creepy, so sensual. She really went into great detail when it came to describing that kiss. Too much detail. And now, no one is sure how to act. Uh-huh. Dwight and Claudette are staring daggers at you. You have to do something. This game was supposed to be a lighthearted romp. Please, I said do something. You stand without saying anything, approach Spirit, reaching her arms around her. Her robe, hovering in the air, begins to wrap itself around you and squeeze you into her. It's kind of like being hugged back, but also like being tied up. It's certainly not what you expected. Instinctually, you pull yourself away, but it's an awkward movement and you nearly fall over into the fire. Spirit says nothing and floats away without so much as a goodbye. You, meanwhile, realize everyone had just watched you watch this truly strange interaction from the corner of their eyes. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so that they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds because Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. I don't know what voice you have. Hey baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you? He doesn't wait for an answer. I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day, but I want to hear something from a big fish like me, something special those in charge of this island don't want you to hear. I am the ultimate catch on this island, the only lobster in the ocean of sardines. Cocky, are we? No one can give you what I can. You just have to find me. Come find me, baby. Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues, but aren't going to get any time to yourself to think just yet. Spirit approaches you. You know, I was watching you while I told my story. I could tell it was having an effect on you. The fog that follows me around and can feel your breathing heavily taking me in. You and I are both absolutely flashing at a piece of information. Legit, you learn something new every day. Even when you're a narrator. You're doing it again right now. You need to calm down. You should come to the hot tub with dipping in the hot tubs with the spirit. You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her and offer like that. Just don't forget our little talk. You and your storyteller friend slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, it's some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool. You're also pretty sure your killer companion can handle it. God damn it, the bit of humor. I just want to be totally clear, even though that story bore some similarities to my life, it was not about me in any way, shape, or form. Not symbolically, not metaphorically, not any otherically. I believe you completely. Sure, you were cut into pieces in your life, and so was the person in the story. A perfectly normal coincidence. Sure, you're on this island, trapped, one might say, in a most puzzling place. Also a completely regular coincidence. And sure, his lips were blue, your lips are blue. Really? You call this blue? Technically? Searching for rapper? I can't talk right now. Searching for answers, hoping to find revenge. Oh, so similar. Stop there, I guess. Coincidences. Sorry, the coincidences. Get this through your head, whoever you are. Samurai blood runs through my veins. Or, well, maybe has coagulated by now. No need to sweat the details regardless. I'm a descendant of noble warriors. Thousands of years training with bladed weapons preceded my entrance into this world. Do you know how many swords that is? A lot. You gotta figure that with that many sharp edges, a person is bound to get disconnected from a body part here and there. The truth is, I wouldn't typically share this, so don't go blabbing about it. I dreamt the story like watching a movie in my sleep, and when I was a little girl, years before my father sunk his blade into my skin. Ah! I've never been able to shake it. That's a very adult story for a child's dream. Do you believe me? Yes. I know we just met, but yes, I do believe you. Also, you're gonna murder me if I don't! Yes, I do believe you. The way you told the story clearly came from someplace deep. Fool! Who taught you to trust a stranger? You only get hurt if you won't learn to take better care of yourself. Now you've got me wondering, do I believe you or if you believe her or not? And if you know everything, because trust me, I know everything, don't I already know the answer to my own question before I believe your answer? Do spirits question? Whoa. Ocean air got me tripping. God damn it. Sorry, I couldn't mean to distract us both for a certain corpsey cutie floating in a cloud of magical mist. I'm not even drinking tonight. Cloud of magical mist might be waiting for you to say the right thing and free her from her puzzle box. If you believe that she is that... Damn it, got me doing it again. Unfortunately, before you can follow this conundrum to what will surely be a mind-numbing cycle of new questions, you find a certainty someone standing before you with fresh towel ready for you to dry off. I don't have voices for them. Sorry, kids. But it's time for bed. I might be the youngest one here, but I'm no kid. I do, however, love being wrapped up in a fresh, clean towel. My mother used to help me wash my hair when I was young. She'd comb all the tangles and tie a ribbon around it before sending me on my way. I miss her. You watch the spirit stares off into the distance, her hand gripping into a tight fist. She doesn't notice you watching her at first. When she catches you looking, she turns away, roughly grabs a towel from Dwight, and then pushes him and Claudette aside as she floats off. You head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Spirit's story about the prisoner in the puzzle box. If you manage to escape this place, will you leave with your life, or has it already been taken from you, and it's just a matter of time until you make a gruesome discovery? Before you can dwell too much on your fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive. Their now familiar, creepy smiles stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see a smile like that by firelight. Are they secretly the bad guys? Because I know the ocean is the entity or whatever his name is. We weren't prepared for another guest, but we're going to make you comfortable or die trying. I didn't notice the blood splatter. They hand over a pillow, a blanket, and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps the music will put you at ease. Just try to keep the volume to a minimum, or our other guests aren't the types you'll want to rob of their beauty sleep. Ready? Away we go. As you relax, you look into the fire and the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and decide that you might adjust the dial to fix it. I get the feeling there's some secret ending here. Motherfucker. Is this just music from the game? Turn it off. No matter how many things you listen to, you can't sleep. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're sleepier. Who would you like to summon to... Really, we're going for a spirit run. Spirit, are you on? Spirit, are you around? I was wondering if you could get a little company. Spirit tells you her secret for falling asleep when she feels. I listen to flute music, dab on some essential oils, and steam my pores. Really? What? Even the dead like to relax. I don't really have any of those things. Spirit reaches out and presents you and Yuka into my small comb carved from bamboo. Aww. I guess you could hold on to this. It was a gift from my mother. I will want it back, though. And if you lose it, well, you'll get your revenge on me. It's the last thing you do. It was the last thing I do. You finally start to feel sleepy, except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're paralyzed. You try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't be able to be as spooky by now. You've had a whole day of strange voices. It's supposed to be a deep voice. I can't do it. The human body is made of 60% water. Do you know of that? Of course you do. Everyone knows that. Even an amnesiac video game protagonist. Ocean. Fuck you. Well, guess what? Drink as much as you'd like. You'll never get to 100%. You hear me? Don't think I don't see what you're up to. You awake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Mommy? Oh, you're awake. I wasn't stealing from you, merely trying to get to know you better by seeing what sort of trinkets you keep close. I saw you as Spirit right before bedtime. Look, I'm not saying I don't trust them, but well, yes, I am saying that I don't trust anyone I don't really have tied to. So I was making sure they didn't do anything fishy. And I'm making sure you're not a soldier. Soldiers killed my father, you know. Well, I've got you. You should really consider spending some more time with me. I'm not scary. You're not. Not at all. I'm just a lost girl on a big island. I think you're fine. I've been watching you since you got here, you know. Not in a creepy way. Huntress pauses for a long moment. Alright, in a charmingly creepy way, I've noticed how fun, loving you seem. If you spend some time with me tomorrow, maybe I'll take you to that special place I found. It's all mine. Now the others have been able to find me there. It's quiet and isolated. Maybe I'll even show you how to make beef stroganoff. Beef stroganoff? Yeah. That sounds all very enticing. I'll let you back to bed. It's been a long day. Shh. Huntress places a gigantic hand on your forehead and your eyes flutter closed. You're finally alone for this real this time. Maybe you drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. Wait a second. Wait a second. Where are we? This isn't. Oh, jeez. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all the contestants talk directly to the camera. Can you blame me for not getting along well with others? I mean, I haven't really had a real conversation with anyone since I was a child. I take the fact that I haven't slaughtered the newcomer for their meat yet as a win. They look pretty tasty, though, so who knows what'll happen tomorrow. Hey, Dwight, do we have Tarragon on this island? Look, I've always been full of rage. The key is knowing how to control your rage so you can use it. I'm a master of self-control. And right now I'm using all my self-control I can muster, because today was a disaster. Let's just say I didn't love it. That was funny. Laugh. I said laugh, damn it. I'm planning to kill this idiot. Don't tell them, though. I want to lead them into a little more, and I will make it that much better for me when they're screaming. Yeah, today was fun. I don't want to get ahead of myself or really invest in something that might hurt me. I don't know. Maybe we'll just see how it goes, or maybe they'll realize I'm not the one for them. They seem pretty smart, so that's probably what'll happen. I gotta learn to go easier on myself. Who could love me if I was... Oh. Maybe we'll go for you next, Wrath. I'm sorry, that sigh. I know that everyone thinks of me as beautiful, cold-blooded monster. I can't help it. Circulation just isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. The cute hat and robe, okay, that are choices, sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats being stabbed in it. The fact that Lurka's immediately like, no, you're going for Tommy, mommy. It's like, fine. If someone were to come here and capture my heart, at least that beats... Besides, if I'm going to get bloody revenge on my society that has used me to throw me away, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help. Just stupid fucking game. You love it. You open your eyes, the sun is shining, there's not a cloud in the sky, and you feel great, totally well rested. You're not even suspicious of the fact that you fell asleep by the campfire and woke up several yards down the beach. Wait, are you on a vacation? Was yesterday nothing more than a strange dream? No, not a dream. You really are here for another day. Why, I have no idea. You're obviously a weirdo. Game. You're not wrong. Speaking of weirdos, I see the rest of the gang is hanging out on the beach. This is definitely not a dream. I wouldn't rule out a nightmare just yet, though. At least they make a sexy bunch, though. And to talk about sexy, here comes Trickster. Why, Trickster? Morning, beautiful. I thought you might like a nice cup of joe to start the incredible day off, right? Trickster seems suspiciously cheerful. I'm sure there's nothing to... Everyone knows musicians are morning people. I also want to wish you luck. Today is an important one. My only regret is that I won't be a bigger part of it. Budgeting issues. Also, I'm just swamped with engagements, especially on the other island. Trickster winks at you as if you want to ask him how to reach the other island. Now is... never mind. He left. Well, at least he brought me a cup of... No, wait, don't drink that! They don't call him Trickster. He's good on because he's good on a skateboard. And he definitely didn't get that name because he brings people drinks so he can have a good morning. That was also certainly not coffee, and I don't want anyone casually poisoning, imprisoning, and torturing you. Yet. This is supposed to be a tropical paradise. The type of place you'd give a 5 out of 5, a 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up review. Not an eternal prison of pain. And please make sure to leave a review. It really helps the algorithms. Just trust me, I'm looking out for you, so can we please move on? Hey, wait a second. How do a possibly omniscient, possibly unreliable narrator physically just knock that coffee out of your hand? This is not Parliament, and the floor does not recognize the ocean to speak out of turn at this moment. God fucking damn it, this game is so stupid. I need no recognition, for I am the ocean. I dominate the land, I submerge those who defy me, and become their watery grave. Actually, speaking of graves, I would like to say something of grave importance. Fine, go ahead. Even if this is placed in an eternal prison of pain, I'm not saying it is, even a place of extreme horror can still receive a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, thumbs up review, if it was crafted with love and or that's the type of thing you're into. You know, the ocean is right. A lot of hard work goes into a place like this. You should really judge it on its artist's intent, and whenever possible, start from the mindset of giving them the benefit of a doubt. Constructing their elaborate vacations is not easy to do. This game's meta humor is getting really annoying. It's still funny, though. Sometimes there are some small bugs or inconsistencies, but that's just the nature of the process. Perfection is overrated. The universe is filled with mysteries. We ought to celebrate those who ventured to bare their souls as part of a creative process with the ultimate intent of making things for our enjoyment, not to be overcritical of them. I feel that's the developers mocking us. Are you two trying to sell me on this place actually being good? You don't have to say you like it. Say it like that, especially after I saved you from that poorly made cup of tea. Sorry, we should have been here 5 minutes ago. They always do this on the second morning. Sad, really. Even if they do make some great points. Oh, sure, they make great points, I agree. Can we please move on? Yes, of course, apologies, Nami. The last few minutes aside, have you been enjoying your time here on the island? Yes, I'm not suspicious there's a no option. Yes, it's been really entertaining. I've been having a lovely time. Ah, lovely. We love to hear that because isn't that what this place is all about? Finding love? No. Shut up, Dwight. You'll get us all killed again and again and again. We do need to ask you for one more question, though. We all need to sign away our rights to say anything negative about this place. Would you please sign this non-disparagement agreement? Yes. Yes, I would hereby agree to participate in a verbal contract saying that I, Nami, will never say anything negative about my stay here on this island. Perfect. Delightful. Excellent. Yes. Hey, Nami, it's still totally cool if you have constructive feedback. The place is to leave that is an error positive review because we all know that nobody reads negative reviews of games or resorts like this. Anyway, I see Dwight and Claudette have gone into a trance. And with the grumbling I hear from your belly, they can be one thing. Breakfast. Perfect timing. Everyone rolls into the dining area to lard up those sexy little belly. Narrator. Phrasing. And pancake, bacon, and so much for maintaining these beach bods. We're all half naked in a tropical paradise. Can we get some strawberries here? A yogurt? Magic powers will only get you so far. Even killers watch their sodium intake. You take your plate and sit down, thinking about yesterday and the whirlwind of feelings you experienced. Danger, dread, disorientation. It's all going through puberty again. Except all in one day on a beautiful and mysterious island. It looks like you're not the only one into doing some introspection, though. Trapper stands up to talk about how his day went in case anyone was wondering. Personally, I wasn't. I forgot his voice again. I can't imagine any year of the total than you did yesterday, but I really hope you do. I really, really hope you do. Unrelated. Anyone else see my cleaver? Just kidding. No. I always know where my cleaver is. That's bizarre. Back to your... Nope. Now Hunter steps up to talk about everything. This island stretches. I don't know what the newcomer thinks about doing here, but I certainly isn't helping any of us. Well, Huntress pretends to be an independent, but she secretly kind of missed you and aren't getting along. Ah, well, that surely must be it. No one else would really stand up for breakfast too, and just like that, here comes Spirit. Did everyone sleep well? I did, or should I say I did not. Haven't slept in 20 years on account of the whole burning quest for familiar revenge thing. And last night was no different, so in the case, it was exactly how it should be. Got a lot of reading done, though. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go back to quietly resenting being trapped here with all of you. While looking cute doing so. Guessing Wrath had enough energy time to work up the courage to speak in front of a group. Perfect, there he is. Take us home, Wrath. Oh, hey, I was having fun yesterday, huh? Well, I mean, like, not too much fun, that would be weird. But, like, good amount of fun. And now they're all looking at you expectantly. Wait, you're supposed to stand up and explain how yesterday made you feel? I think I need to process everything by myself. I'll see you all soon. Damn, what a power play. Keep on wanting more. You're getting good at this sexy true-to-life experience. Shame you didn't get to eat breakfast, but so be it. After breakfast, you head to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. Before you get to there, though, something catches your attention. You hear that? Who are you addressing, me? Yeah, okay, right. I might be pursuing a relationship with one of these 4 fine killers, but I feels like the person I'm getting to know the most is you, narrator. It's only okay in so much as it serves to illustrate that you've lost your mind, seeing how I'm not real at all. Yeah, I heard it this time. I think it's coming from behind the pool shed. No, stick it in the... Game! This is uncomfortable. I want you to take that and put it, Uh-huh. Exactly like that. Whatever it is, I'm afraid to look. Please say something so they know you're close and can hear everything. Oh, wow, look at that super cool bottle of Trickster brand suntan lotion someone left on a chair. Anyone know where I could buy some? Damn it. Come on, privacy. I know they weren't doing what I think they were doing. I have a feeling they were fixing an engine. Man, sorry, I didn't know anyone else was here. I could hear you. Well, what do you think we were doing? I don't know exactly what you were doing, but it sounded like, fun. You think 2 people trying to find new ways to kill each other in a desperate search to make their own death permanent is fun? Oops. We get 5 minutes to ourselves every day, and we spend it hoping if we stab each other in just the right spot, we won't get resurrected. I've kind of believed that the key to finding these the exact places we need to bleed out from, and I believe that place is our appendix. Where else would it be? Makes sense to me. Do you actually think we were me and... Dwight? You don't have to laugh that hard, I get it. My life is a nightmare, yet somehow it's never been worse than it right now! Let's go, lover boy. I know all our entry wounds, and 5 minutes is up anyway. Good luck, dummy. You're going to need it. And hey, if you figure out how to escape this time, please make sure that your ghost tells us how. That was both a tragedy and a comedy. A cramedy. Shut it, I like it anyway. Where were we? Oh, yeah. You're heading to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday wasn't short. A lot. So far, it's been too exhausting. But you're dedicated to achieving a true, centered self of calm. No drama, no bullshit, just soaking up the sun in a heated pool. Today you're on a date. With you. Oh, I like that. I want to be on a date with me. Who would make the first move? And aside from that disturbing thought, all is going to plan until a shadow blocks your precious sun. Spiky tipped, like a palm tree is bending over to screw with you. But it's no tree, it's... God damn it, Trickster! Hey babe, breakfast was weird, huh? Everyone just getting up and announcing how they're feeling. What's that about? Some forced kind of check-in with the group? I don't like it. Fishy, kind of lazy. Whatever though, breakfast is dumb. No one should eat before noon or after 4 p.m. Yeah, I do intermittent fasting. You see my abs, by the way? If you weren't a killer, I'd bitch slap you. Maybe you can see them later on my private stage on the other island. IP Island, where all the Hollywood celebs hang out. If you play your cards right, I could give you a private show, catch you around. His abs are pretty amazing. You gotta give him that. And the blow-up bat, threatening but adorable, makes him interesting silhouette. Genius design. He's a psychopath just like the rest of them. You don't gotta give him anything. And we're not the best of friends just because we had a little talk about doing a little talking is not an open invitation to go smashing the fourth wall every 5 seconds. Okay, now that guy is gone, we're going to... Now the guy is gone, we're going to establish that we're definitely going to be abide by. It's time to lay back, take some deep, slow breaths, and... Nope, another shadow. These people will not leave you alone. Let's see who it is this time. Oh, it's Spirit. That checks out. You two have gotten pretty cozy. We should get out of here. I know a place that brings a lot of welcome darkness to this tropical nightmare. Best of all, I'm the only one who seems to know about it, so we won't be bothered there. I don't even know why I'm telling you, really. It's my private spot, but I guess I have got a feeling you'll appreciate it in a way that I do. Not like the other killers. They don't get me. But I'll get them. Oh, I'll get them and my father too, and I'll punish them for what my butter did to me. He did to my mother and me. Spirit radiates a menacing aura, waving her sword around in the air that she threatens the entire universe. It's scary and more than a little hot. If you get turned on by menacing. Look, all this time on Murderer's Island has got us both a little confused about things. I'm choosing to lean into it. I suggest you do the same. Yes, madam. You've seen her get mad, which is probably enough to scare you into compliance, but you've also seen that there's a more sensitive side within her. Which one does you think will win out? You consider her offer, but before you can decide if you want to go with the Spirit, the Wrath interjects. Honestly, Spirit's great. She's the only one around here that doesn't totally get on my nerves. Oh, you adorable himbo. I love you. Wraith. Sorry, I keep saying Wrath. It's Wraith. You got good taste, but I don't know. We could hang out and you could show you some cool stuff if you want, or forget I said anything. Tough choice. You weigh your options quickly before you can go on one date today. You also don't want to be hacked into pieces for saying nothing's wrong. It's always good to remember that these are cold-blooded killers, but you know what say when give you lemons, you make lemonade. And then die a horrible, retching, withering death after drinking it because the lemons were poisoned all along. Sorry, this has me really tilted. So who will it be? If I'm dying to Wraith, I'm dying to Wraith. I gotta go with Spirit. You made the correct decision, but know this, just because you picked me doesn't mean I'm going to slobber all over you like a... Well, of course, you still got a lot to prove to me if you want to be that is real. But I've been hurt before, literally, with a katana. A katana that I now wield in Spectre form. You feel me? Because you will feel me if you try any of that macho trapper crap. Yeah, I feel you. Before you ask Claudette and Dwight to clarify, I'll let you know, yes, it's too late to change your answer now. More so, Matt. You and Spirit arrive at the coast overlooking the Black Lighthouse. It's an old and decrepit, but still impressive. There's something magnetic about it. You can see why Spirit would be drawn to such a place. You look Spirit up and down and know she's wearing all black, just like the lighthouse. I'm noticing a bit of a theme. Is this your favorite color? Black isn't really a color at all. It's the absence of color. It's a void. Like a black hole. A place that swallows light. A dying star. Damn, no, that's dark. You're confident that Spirit will vibe with this, but... Spirit doesn't really care for science fiction. Not the type of space with spaceships and lasers, anyhow. She's much more the type of strange adventures that kick you right here on Earth. Earth, is that where we are, you wonder? We're not. The lapping waves of the shore and the coast set a romantic tone. The fog that can surround Spirit everywhere she goes blends perfectly with the mist rolling up and over the rocky shoreline. She's at one with this place, and so are you. The peace doesn't last too long, however, as the lighthouse lets out an eerie howl like a monster dying. A spiraling black light stretches out across the sky. Spirit has to yell at you just to be heard. Oh yeah, it does it. That. The light and sound recede, and the two of you sit in silence. Spirit lays a towel down and pats it gently. Clearly she wants you company, so you oblige. When you do, she takes some You're not exactly sure what to do. This is an invitation to get a little hands-on action. What else could it be? Thanks, I forgot to bring my own when I lost my memory and fell into the ocean. No problem, I figured as much. Spirit turns away while you slather lotion all over your body. You need help reaching those difficult... You see a hand float around your back. You swallow hard, trying to make room in your throat for words come out, but nothing else. You're embarrassed enough and decide to live with what you've got. Suit yourself. You watch the Spirit reply to them. Damn it. In the most unique way, by floating her own hand around her back to spread it on. reach things way easier than I can. It's almost like you're some kind of superhero. I'm glad you get a kick out of it. Floating severed limbs isn't exactly the type of superpower you think to wish as a kid. I'd rather be able to read minds. Maybe then I understand why some people act the way they do. I'm gonna undig myself from this hole. Truly sorry, I clearly hadn't thought it through what your experience is like. Sometimes humor is how you deal with uncomfortable situations, but clearly you read the room wrong. It was worse than death, at least death ends eventually. But I wouldn't want to forget it. It literally made me who I am right now. Truth is, I could pull all of these bits of glass that are stuck in my flesh right now if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Each shard is a reminder of what my father did to me, and what the world did to him. That's why I refuse to play the universe game. I hate the idea that I'll be forced to succumb to the pressure the way he did in the end. The way that fear and anger filled him up and then came bursting out. The way his misery flooded our home and drowned us all. It's hard to not think about revenge. The dragon inside me, it's doing to me what the world did to him. I would have to fight it even though it gives me strength. It must maintain control. I must be... You're stronger than ever was, I'm sure of it. I appreciate that. I suppose a little help isn't a bad thing. In life and love, this world is a lot to endure alone. Maybe I could use a little assistance reaching my delicate toes with a bit of lotion. You know, having my body contorted into these vengeful poses. It really doesn't... God fucking damn it. It rubs the lotion on the skin. On its skin. Oh, god damn it. And my eyes are gonna hurt with this. Not bad. Oh, motherfucker. To where it was supposed to be going eventually. And if you weren't doing really wasteful, I'm not a woman who believes in rushing through things just to get them done. If there's a next time, I'll show you do even better. You look up to the lighthouse, it's ominous dark form hovering above the moment between spirit and yourself. Evil as it clearly is, in this case, it does you a solid by blurting out another ominous moan and burst of black light that rescues you from the awkward silence. From seemingly out of nowhere, an ancient-looking ship appears in the water. It glows itself a thing of death and spirit, of a ship that once sailed these seas centuries ago. A tattered black flag whips in the ocean above the ship as it careens towards the shore. Before crashing to the rocks, it must have been drawn in by the lighthouse. You hear the distant shouting of sailors as the vast old wooden ghost ship breaks up and sinks into the water. Alright, it does that sometimes too. Should we do something? No, the sharks will take care of it. Within a minute, the ocean is quiet again, except for the waves. Note to self, hungry sharks. But these time-traveling pirates, or whoever they were, you're half sure you saw one of those skulls and crossbone flags, aren't the only ones drawn here today. It's Wrath. He has emerged from the palm trees behind you. I didn't come to break up your date or something. I came here for that. Wrath points to the lighthouse. It is indifferent to his intention. I've been seeing it in my dreams, shining its strange light to me. I can't avoid it, though. Through woods and walls, nothing seems to stop it from searching out to me. Duh, it's a haunted lighthouse. It does that to everyone at some point. You're no more special than me. Those dead pirates or that mermaid I saw washed up on the shore one time. Ew. Mermaids, by the way, aren't even close to as beautiful in person as they are in the movies. More sea witch than underwater princess, if you get my drift. Makes sense. It's all part of a vast conspiracy, an epic river of lies that runs beneath this island, or something. I'm pretty sure I figured out the basics anyhow. If you come with me, you can get cut. Spirit waves her katana, nearly trimming a couple of buttons off of Wrath's tropical top. He takes the hint and backs away a few steps slowly. For the quiet guy, he never really shuts up. Okay, by the way, you'll see. Alone at last, touched and broken, deathly moans, quiet and wraith, banished back to wherever he hangs out. You scooch closer to Spirit, breathing in the damp, foggy air that seems to emanate from her. It's not like quite clear how the whole fog thing works, but you don't even care. You're feeling this moment. Spirit seems to be feeling it too. She starts to adjust her robe, and you get a peek at the bathing suit underneath. For someone who seemed intent on proving her how little she cares about what everyone else thinks, she puts a lot of work into getting into that suit. It's got straps for days. Yes, it does. However, you're so focused on what's happening with Spirit, you don't see the next interruption coming. And Claudette and Dwight burst in on you and interrupt whatever you were doing. It doesn't seem like they were worried. They'd bump into much. We're going to make a very dramatic announcement. Well, technically here to invite you to join us back at the beach. We'll be making a very dramatic announcement. It's hard being the producers and the hosts. Aren't survivors supposed to work in groups of 4? When you arrive at the beach, you realize you were set up, despite promising an announcement. Dwight and Claudette simply stand quietly. This isn't all it was promised. Wait a minute. There's no announcement here. But there is me. You got my nearest friend. I told you to get lost. Don't you see? Lost is what I am, and so are you. But I know the way out, and I've got a map back in my secret lair. Literally and figuratively. Yeah, I know the difference. That's why you should ditch Spirit and come spend the rest of the night with me instead. You got a secret lair. Damn it. Who said anything about secret lair? I've got, sap in my secret hair. There's a flap on my secret chair. Don't change the subject. Don't ask me what he's talking about. You're trying to make a mess of my first day I've had in I don't know how long, because it's not very even clear what year it is, but in a while. I'm not about to be ditched by the likes of you. It's not me messing things up. Wraith, why are you making this big deal? Like I keep trying to tell you, it's this dang island. I've come to accept the difficult truth. What's happening here? Well, I'm convinced it's our fate. It's not anyone's decision. It's simply the way it will be. There's no use fighting it. What would you even know about fighting? All you know is hiding in your spooky little secret lair, hair, and crying like a baby while ringing your bell. So don't tell me what I can and can't fight back against. I was born a fighter. A dragon lives inside me. I can't not fight, and even when I want to do is hide. Don't you see the giant hat? It's a metaphor. If I do, I have a fate. My fate is to win every fight that comes my way. Got it? Folks. Oh, you hide. I've seen you hide. You do your little phase walking routine. You do call that. It's basically cloaking. And we all know that cloaking is a type of hiding, folks. You cloak. I don't cloak. I'm not a cloaker. I'm a phase walking out in the open. You can't just see me. I can't talk anymore. You have no idea what they're talking about, but it sure sounds like some video game community forum thread minutia, as if there's ever such a thing. Not that you know about that either. It sure doesn't seem like Dwight and Claudette are going to stop this, so it's up on you. I think I was brought here to make a choice, so I'm going to do that now. And I choose... When it comes down to it, neither of these two seem easy to love. I mean, damn, Spirit literally has broken glass shards sticking out of her, but you can add certain charm to her gloom. Spirit and I were actually having a nice time. Besides, if it's my fate to end up on this island, well, to hell with fate, really. And don't take this the wrong way, Wraith, but the amount of awkwardness you pack into a single day, no wonder you're so skinny. All that second guessing yourself must burn a lot of calories. No offense taken. Yeah, okay, it's true. I can be a lockrocker. Fuck me. Right, so I'm going to stick with Spirit. Spirit breathes a sigh of relief. I've got enough revenging to do without having to kill you and Wraith too. Spirit walks you around a corner to show you something that she discovered in this place and knew was meant to be connected with her journey, a cherry tree. Yeah, Wraith just proved maybe he'll be the third or fourth person. It's just a small sapling, but it has begun to sprout flowers. It doesn't make sense to see a cherry tree here in this place. It also doesn't make sense to see a ghost in a black bathing suit, so you just accept it. As Spirit steps up to the tree, a cold breeze pulls some petals off and comes cascading through the air around the both of you. Do you know the meaning of cherry blossom? They're beautiful, but also quite symbolic. Of course, like all good symbols, their meaning is pretty complicated. What do they mean to you? For many people, being among cherry blossoms is like being at a celebration of life. People travel great distances just to be near the vibrant beauty. However, as beautiful they might be, they aren't magical. They're simply flowers. They quickly die and fade away, and for this reason, they are also a symbol of the fleeting nature of life and our fragile mortality. In a way, it's the specter of looming death that calls attention to this special moment to see and appreciate life. How does the duality make you feel, Nami? Empowered. The knowledge of life and death and the cycle has always given me peace. Accepting the fleeting nature of life like a beauty of a flower in bloom allows me to appreciate the moment without being too hung up on what comes next. And then it dawns on you, Spirit has been trapped in this ghastly state of death with no hope to cycle back, no rebirth. Her moment. I fucked up! I fucked up! I feel like an idiot. I wasn't talking about you. I was thinking. You sent it from the heart. I can't even let that bother me. Priorities are not the same. I have my mission. Once the fallen blossoms represented the souls of samurai warriors, those with noble characters, those who did not fear death, those who were killed in the greatest sacrifice to honor their emperor. Their lives were short, but their purposes gave them beauty. These warriors saw death coming, but they never despaired. They stood and faced it. They had their swords and struck down their fear. And despite the samurai spirit that lives on in me, in my noble bloodline, my life is ended, but death continues to stretch on. The cycle is frozen. This cherry tree, it's not real. Though its petals fall, they soon replenish as if they were installed here by someone. By something with no respect for the balance of life and death. Sorry to interrupt! You know, we don't believe you, right? Yep. But this time we've really got a good reason. It has nothing to do with being manipulated by an unseen force, because that's definitely not happening. Nobody accused you of that, but okay. The fact that sometimes the voice box for my name says exactly what I'm thinking. It's time for dinner, silly. Get it while it's hot. I guess it's time to go or whatever. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I enjoyed it. Me too. What a fun day you've been having. I can see it written all over your face. You're shining, and that's not just the remaining anxious sweat from spending in the afternoon countless psycho killer. No, you're really feeling this whole romantic experience. Don't worry, I'll keep you dirty little secrets. But enough gentle ribbing, it's time to get back to business. All the appetizing singles have arrived for dinner, including Trickster. Wraith is here too. We're not going to gag where we cram them all on screen at the same time again, so just believe me. They're all here, and they're just as sexy and demented as you. Remember them. With your love on the line, everyone is being careful not to offend you by saying the wrong thing. Congrats, by the way, on getting this far. I'm just as surprised as you are. These four are falling for you. No, not because your personality, but because you just met them yesterday. However, since Trapper seems like the biggest long shot to end up holding onto your heart, he throws a caution to the wind and speaks up. It's a pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murder's Island, but hey, letting them have this one moment in spotlight at least we can do. And heaven knows they won't do any better than that. If I'm dining solo, I'm eating what I want, and you're all eating it too. Lamb shank, rare salt, pepper. No sauces allowed, and serve it with one single piece of broccoli so Wraith won't complain. I like broccoli. Gives me horrible gas. Oh, I don't like that. Buddy, wait till you smell what the rare lamb does to my bowels. It's awesome. Dinner will be served shortly, but certain power brokers would like you to know about your day. Would you like to share your day with the rest of the group? Yeah, an interesting day, but for sure you would. How you describe it to others, say too much or too little, and it could affect your standing with the group. Okay, but don't just sit there saying nothing. Nothing is not an option. Be coy. It was more like two people avoiding everyone. That's exactly right. Couldn't have said nothing. Couldn't have not said anything of value better myself. Happy with the way you portrayed the date. No surprise she doesn't like people getting into her business. I mean, fair. Dwight and Claudette bring out dinner. Everyone eats in silence. No one trusts anyone now. And they're all very tired. Oh, wait, nope, sorry. That's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica. Not a charming parody dating sim set in an undisclosed tropical paradise. Bon appetit. Don't you mean bone? No, almost everything we serve has a lot of bones in it. Even the vegetables. Impossible to avoid on this island. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are rising, both the sexual and the deadly variety. Wraith is here to even the voice hates him. Yeah, the voice... I think the voice doesn't like Trapper more, though. At least in this run. When everyone finishes, Dwight and Claudette come back to clean off the table. They linger around you as they pick up your plate, take your napkin, and dust crumbs off the table. What would you like to say to the servants? Thank them. Your top-notch service is much appreciated. Everyone, if you could please be so kind as to follow the fire pit, we greatly appreciate it. It would have been... We've been told something big is going to happen. Something will change everything. You can go willingly or you can go willingly. You have no choice. Tough cookies. Did you have a choice on how you said that, dweeb? Yes, and I immediately regretted how I did. Good, something needs to change around here. Fire is rebirth. Fire illuminates the soul. I hope the fire isn't too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes. I'm also horribly afraid of it. The fire, I mean not my eyes, because of childhood trauma inviting fire. And finally everyone starts moving to the fire pit, if only to get away from Wraith's complaining. Oh my god, I can't talk anymore. This might be a special occasion game. Yes, this takes a seat. You take a seat on a comfortable log, feeling the fire heat against your skin, and wait for the other killers who take their places, wondering who will want to tell the story this time. Well, narrator, tell a story. I bet they've got a stunningly creative mind. Hey, you think? Are they allowed to simply place thoughts in my mind like this? Doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in, but something unexpected happens. Nothing happens. Something almost happens. Always seems to be happening here. So nothing is probably not a great sign. Oh, cool. And now everyone is looking at you. So, do something. Should I pick someone to tell a story, or we play Charades Boggle? We were actually thinking, why don't you tell us a story? Wraith points his spine and skull staff thingamajig at you. You duck out of its way. Who knows what the thing can do? Probably shoot lasers. Try not to bore us. We're very interested in you. Don't speak for me, Huntress. Now, you can't tell if you're warm from the fire or if it's your nerves heating up. I know fuck me. I know that the fire is right here, but maybe if we stop talking about it all the time, we can start to pretend it's not here and doesn't, threaten to burn us all alive. He's not supposed to hear me. Get out of here, Wraith. Nami was about to make an important decision about telling us a story or not. Fine, I'll tell a story. Sure, I'm going to tell a story. I hope it's a mist. Where the fuck did you come from? Tell a romance story about two lovers who take poison together and die foaming at the mouth, or about two strong hunters who meet when they both try to bludgeon the same Willy Wolverine. Not quite. It's about my parents. They met at a party in college. She was hosting. She'd been dragged there by some friends. That couldn't have been any more different, and yet, as the night went on, they were drawn to each other. She made fun of his taste in music, and he took an interest in her major, women's studies. They were married within 2 months. Bit soon to know if you can trust someone, don't you think? It's so sweet. Oh, Wraith, you dumb himbo. Exactly, I learned about love from them. If you know, you know. Some people don't need years to get acquainted with their partner. Love could spark from a mere look across a campfire. Now you've got their attention. Each killer is furiously attempting to catch your eye from across the fire pit, except for Trickster, who has wandered over to the bar and is loudly playing his own music on headphones to drown you out. Okay, that was not a very good story. I don't mean to insult you, but it was actually quite bad. Sorry for this. Narrator keeps it real. We just end here. So who else would like to tell a story from tonight? You look from killer to killer, trying to decide who might be the most entertaining. Listen, we're going for her. I'm going to make sure we get her. Suppose I could tell a story. I don't know, really want to, but anything I say is sure to be better than whatever you get out of anyone else in this group. Let me get a drink of water, because nobody has asked me to hydrate. Okay. I see some of the stupidest stuff on my phone. Like all good stories, I stole this one from someone in the past who is dead now and can't do anything about it. It's called The Bride, or technically I suppose The Fiancé. One winter, a young couple decides that the next spring they would be married. The two were madly in love and could not wait for the snow to melt so they could join in matrimony and unite their souls for eternity. Per the latest bridal trends, they decided to have their wedding ceremony at the edge of the woods by a beautiful shabby chic farmhouse. Together they spend months planning the details of the wedding. The two created invitations, figured out seating arrangements, and tasted 100 cakes before settling on the perfect one. They chose the coat. By the way, so fancy. So when it came to try to figure out the decorations, however, the bride, or the fiancé, I guess, since she wasn't actually married yet, wanted to take the lead and set the style. After all, her boyfriend had been wearing cargo shorts and open-toe sandals for pretty much their entire relationship. So he was definitely not to be trusted. Having decided on such a lovely natural setting for the ceremony, the fiancé decided that she would create a unique floral arrangement from the local wildflowers that surrounded the farmhouse. As soon as the sun rose on the first day of spring, she set off into the woods. Each day she spent hours mapping out where the best blooms would be found and prepared to pick them herself the morning of the wedding so that they'd be at the height of their freshness and beauty. Enamored with the incredible variety of flowers in the woods, she surveyed the bride, or the fiancé, since they had not been married, because became obsessed with knowing just how many there were, so that she could choose the absolute best. When the fateful morning of her big day finally came, the fiancé told her husband to be that she had one final errand before the wedding. Excited for the ceremony to come, she dressed in her beautiful white gown and set off into the woods to gather flowers. Treading carefully, she followed her route, selecting only the best stems and collecting them in the basket. However, she came upon a once familiar clearing somewhere was not as she expected. Somehow it was more beautiful now than it had ever been before. And just on the edge of her view was a new bush filled with blossoms so vibrant and colorful she became dizzy just looking at them. But this fiancé ignored her sudden spell and pressed ahead, scooping up flower after flower, and every time she did, she noticed just further ahead and possibly even more beautiful blossoms. Carried by sweet fragrance of spring air, the bride, or the fiancé, crept farther and farther into the woods until she turned corner, stepped over a mossy fallen tree trunk, and realized she had been here before. But this wasn't a clearing hadn't been here before. But this wasn't the clearing she remembered, or at least not how she remembered it. The flowers were suddenly overripe, decaying, falling off their stems into festering moldy piles on the floor. Where bees had been, now only flies buzzed. Where the scene of flowers had once intoxicated her, the odor of mildew now made her sick. She turned and looked back, but the path was dark. Into the shadowy glen she walked and walked and walked. That day, as guests gathered at the farmhouse, the fiancé was nowhere to be seen. Her friends and family and love began to look for her, but to no avail. They searched the pasture, the tree line, and into the forest, but there were no beautiful wildflowers. or young lovers to be seen. Just old dread trees and trampled vines and moss-covered rocks. The fiancé stayed a fiancé for eternity, always wandering, looking for fresher blooms to clip, but never finding them. Distracted by a never-ending search for perfection, unable to see that you are loved for who you are. Out there all alone. I thought that was beautiful and sad. Just like someone we know. How was story time? A lot of people take the pot shots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up. When you think it's the end, the sequel almost never is rewarding as the original. That's why I'm much more a fan of the episodic style of storytelling. Claudette. Knowing it's a series takes a lot more pressure off the individual installment and builds a greater sense of community between audience and creators. Tell me, Naomi, if you could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Don't answer that. We don't actually care. We're just here to make sure that we seamlessly move on to the next segment of the evening. God forbid we small talk to get the way out of the romantic twilight moment. Dwight, I'm going to need you to shut your trap. Yep, trap. You know that we need to get back to that thing we do whenever we're not on screen. Okay, you have fun tonight and try not to wink wink end up dead. Why did you say the word wink wink out loud? I kind of double entendre you're intending at the end of this with the end up dead thing. Dwight is physically incapable of winking, not since the accident, and you do know that all of these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? Well, except for Spirit, she really doesn't belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetuator. No wonder she's pissed. God damn, Trapper. So I hear somebody trash talking Spirit. Jim me in. What do you say we take this talk to the hot tub so I can soak the bottle while I roast that ghost with some killer hot takes. Please, enough talk of burns, things that are lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be set next to literal fire. Must I be surrounded by figurative flames as well? What if we turned and ran as far away from this place as we could, just you and me? On those spindly legs, you'd probably tire before you got too far. If it's running away to someplace, or is it clear? Oh, I cannot talk anymore. My voice is starting to sound all the same. Secluded Nami is after. They should obviously join me. Have you seen these legs? Pure power. Yes, Mommy. Not that my walk speed really reflects my giant stature, but that's because I choose to move slowly for stealthy reasons. It's my own choice and it's completely logical. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to the other? Blah, 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 blah. Like, fuck, I can't talk tonight anymore. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? I'm so over all that. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so that corporations can swoop in and sell you fake solutions to your fabricated problems. I'll be sitting in the shade and drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed on recycled paper because I refuse to play their game anymore. You're a hipster. But I like you. It's like she's actively trying to be as unappealing as possible. Does it really turn anyone else on or off? Despite Trapper's insatiable appetite, it seems his attention, along with the attention of everyone else, is still on you for the moment. If you could, I don't know, just pick one of us. Maybe we could all move on with our lives, or some special projects we might have going. You heard him. Who will it be? I'm just saying you may get a ton of chances to date around your time murderers on comes to a close. And no, I'm not satisfied with that name either. But this will be streaming reality TV dating show boom happening. It's pretty much the same. Like, all that wasn't taken. Which killer will you pick? And yes, we're back to excluding Trickster because of that guy. Spirit? Oh, you picked me? Yay. Ugh. Sorry that was rude of me. I despise phoniness, so I should be honest with you. You make for interesting company. I love the idea of winning over these killers at all costs, even when I hate the game and the prize. But I had a long day. Floating, subverting expectations, grinding my teeth as I imagine sweet revenge. It takes a lot out of me. So don't stop bringing your A game, alright? It might seem like I hate everything, and getting to really know who I am is an impossible task. Not worth trying, but too bad. You won't know unless you search deep inside yourself and bring everything you've got. Or just say the exact right thing at the right time and I'll melt my cold heart in an instant. I don't know. The rules are any better than you do. See you at the bar, I guess. If you arrive at the bar, you find Dwight and Claudette both holding cocktail shakers surrounded by a bevy of bottles and assorted boozes. Who is ready to get wasted? Well, I don't drink, so not me. You really don't drink ever. It's like, is that because I don't drink alcohol because alcohol is a poison in my body and my mind, and I don't need to act like a fool to have a good time. As your romantic nighttime activity, everyone knows this is kind of a date as an excuse to get loaded with booze and make terrible decisions. It's true, not a single person has ever learned anything at one of these things. Dwight, now that's not true. You learned how to tie a cherry knot in a stem using only... Dwight. I have questions. Oh, who ordered the soda with a splash of my private business? Because that's off menu. Oh, I know what I'm drinking. Drinking to forget tonight. Mixology is a real thing and it doesn't require alcohol to be interesting. I'll have you all know that I worked at a restaurant before I was violently executed by your father, on whom you will have your bloody revengeance. Right. Well, so be it. Stay sober. I got the impression that tonight will be a night I want to remember perfectly, so I'm going to pass on the alcohol drinks. Here. Alcohol is a false... It's not like sober people can't have fun. You watch a spirit picks up a plump cherry and roughly stabs it with a plastic sword through it. Cherry juice splatters everywhere as the little fruity guts flop out into Spirit's lap. Oopsie. One of the upsides of wearing black is it hardly shows stains. No take backsies. So, lovebirds, what drinks shall we make? Is that the first time I've gotten her to do that? And I tells me I've probably been fucking up. Please allow us to demonstrate how a dark and stormy is made. First, rum, or in this case, rum extract and a bit of apple juice is poured over ice. And then fresh ginger beer is added in, garnish with a lime wheel, and drink. The end. Do you think you're up to a challenge for replicating this? Replicating? Rub substitute and ginger beer over ice. Don't forget the lime wheel. Rum substitute and ginger beer over ice with a lime wheel. Not sure I appreciate your tone, but yes, you got it. You're a natural. A sassy natural. And Dwight might have more in common than... Don't you dare. Spirit seems to be in a lovely mood as she sips her drink and her dark and stormy. She does not even rolling her eyes at your petty behavior. On cue, a literal dark storm begins to make its way toward and from the ocean. You taste your own dark and stormy, and you watch the clouds approach. It's quite refreshing. Isn't this fun? Honestly, it's the most drama-free fun I've had since I got here. Yes, I am, Nero, but I feel like I'm losing my voice. And you picked a simple but delicious drink. We've got plenty of time left to relax. Want to make out a little? You breathe a sip from your drink and immediately begin coughing before you get out a yes out. Lightning strikes a palm tree on the beach and immediately starts a fire that actively ends abruptly as Claudette and Dwight usher the two of you away from the bar. The gang's all together again on the volleyball court. Seems like only yesterday you were sitting on the sidelines watching everyone get... Thank you, Lurka. Get sweaty. That's because it was, or feels like it's been a lot longer than that, actually. It's so late that the sun is already beginning to rise. Better to get this over with quickly so that you can get some beauty rest. I do not recommend the internal donation of perpetual narratordom. Good thing you've really used your time well since then. Really getting to know the gang, the brain, the mogul, the basket case, the psychotic bunny girl. You know, the 4 types of people. Anyway, everyone is gathered at the volleyball court for a new type of game. Pitch your dream date and see who Nami chooses. Who's ready for a round robin? How round are we talking? Not to eat, Huntress. Each killer gets 2 minutes to tell you about the dream date they have planned for you and tomorrow. In no particular order, which is a weird thing to mention, right? Almost like order does not matter, Trapper. Why don't you go first? You think you deserve it. Even in this case, it's a subtle dig. Stop talking. Trapper, without further ado, would like to make it uncomfortable by pushing the boundaries of what acceptable not only in polite society, but in the narrative of this in-world event and also in the larger meta-narrative of the Dead by Daylight dating experience. Sometimes you gotta say it. Why, yes, thank you, I'd love to. So, Nami, you're thinking of picking me? Well, this is a final warning. Pick me and be punished and rewarded. Daddy? Tomorrow will suck, probably. I'm not an easy guy to learn with, I know that. But I can tell you this much, I'm hiding a secret on this island that will make fans shit themselves with excitement. If you like Trap, you're gonna love it, and if you're not a maggot. Also, everyone, even confident, sexy Laban and Ravimax, better stay the hell away from my yacht. And time's up. Gosh, you'll need to dream about those options so you're ready to choose in the morning. Now go dream about those swoon. Oh my gosh, forget before you run off to slumber peacefully, there's one more thing to do. No. Reality survival dating competition parody would be complete without singling out one of our contestants who is already teetering on the edge of psychological break. And give them a little push. Hold up, it's been a survival dating competition parody this entire time and I'm just finding out about it. Come on, the signs are there, you didn't read them. Welcome to Murderous Island. Now it's time to eliminate one of the killers. Oh, if it's like butchering, but it hurts even worse. You can't kill a killer, but you can break their heart. Do you dare to even try? You mean... That's right, tomorrow one of these sexy slashers will not be eligible to take you on a date. Who is it going to be? But why? Because it's dramatic. Because it's surprising. Because it's a classic reversal of fate. And it will hurt someone's feelings. Someone dangerous. Who's it going to be, champ? What's your thought process here? Trapper seems like he might throttle you in your sleep if you eliminate him. That being said, at least you see him coming. Spirit could be anywhere. She floats and I hear she can disappear. Hard to track. Eek, if you get rid of Rate, he might cry. And although I totally support normalizing men crying and being vulnerable, this seems like he might be an ugly crier. Huntress, she might pretend to be okay, but you'll start seeing her behind every tree. What I'm trying to say is, I don't envy you, boss, so which sociopath are you eliminating? Nero? Hush. I don't know who to pick. Do I be mean to Wraith, or do I make fun of Trapper? Fuck it, Trapper. That was very simple. Trapper, you scared the living shit out of me. You are eliminated. That's fair. Honestly, though, I don't care. You suck. But not in a good way. You bore the personality of free maggot. I wouldn't even be fun to kill you. Which I was totally going to do tomorrow, the first chance I got. So really, this is a win-win for both of us. Still might kill you, though. Out of the principle of eliminating me, sleep with both eyes open and have fun on on your date tomorrow. Now that you've broken the heart of someone heartless, you should go get some shut-eye. And don't worry too much about the broken heart you've left behind. Because, of course, they'll be receiving a consolation prize. They might not get to go home with Nami when this is all over, but they'll never sleep alone again. That's right, we're sending our eliminated player home with... mostly new trickster body pillow. The next best thing to the real trickster might not hurt to hug you back, but it definitely won't try to stab you. And now we don't. And how do we know? Because we've tried it. That's right. It's Dwight tested. Claudette approved. I hope you sleep well tonight, Nami. You're a hero. What you've accomplished. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you've done? No, not because of the kill. I mean knowing that there's a legit homicidal maniac who hates you close so by. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you'll do tomorrow? I don't know how you'll do it, but you better go before Dwight and Claudette come back and put you to sleep themselves. You know those two. Schedule. God damn it. I had a feeling it was going to be that twist. Well, what a crazy end of my day. Elimination? I don't even know. It was that kind of game. Let's check in with everyone, especially with our loser. Everyone deserves a send-off. We'll see how things go tomorrow, I suppose. I'm not expecting anything. I tend to shut my mind off during hard times. I know I seem all excited the devil may care, but the truth is I'm really a pessimist at heart. That tends to happen when your mother is skewered by an elk when you were young. Yeah, how'd you know? Well, I guess it also takes one thing. It's also the only thing you talk about. If you'll excuse me, I think I saw a raccoon over in that tree, and I'm feeling peckish. I don't know really what's happening here. I honestly haven't been paying attention. Oh, Nami, sorry, I forgot I was focusing on other things, more important things. One way or another, I won't be here for much longer. I don't handle rejection. Oh, god damn it. At least I don't think I do. No one has ever been dumb enough to reject me before. Yeah, the more I think about the angry I'm getting, and the more giant rage monster, so everyone in the room should be scared right now. Turn the camera off. Han, you're literally the only one I've talked to. Does the volume of words I spend talking about how much I care about it? Nah. What? No, you're not part of this. You don't get a confessional. It's cool, man. I'm not part of anything. You feel me? I'm not a cog in anyone's machine. I'm in my own machine. The whole thing is pretty cute, though. Charmingly low budget, old school marketing vibes. Not gonna lie, kind of wish I wasn't so busy right now. I'd definitely be down with a reality show style dating competition with survival elements. But I got this new album, upcoming tour, finally. Producing a limited series on my life, starting a new social media NFT crypto app. Fuck off, I don't like you anymore. And these private gigs over on IP Island. My dude's just gotta check it out. IP Island is dope. It's where the real killers are hanging out. Fully licensed, no legal drama. Lawyers, take a hike. I'm gonna tell everyone the Trickster said that about them, don't worry. I'm talking your favorite established characters from all over pop culture that can't be seen on this island. Hell, you probably can't even mention them, like Ghostface. Don't you say it, look, we get it. You're very popular and in demand, but we have a game to get back to and I don't want to get sued. Ghostface. Come on. Whatever, I don't even care, I'm the Trickster. See you around, Nami. You too, narrator. I have a name, you know. You do? Yeah, seriously, dude. They do not pay me enough to deal with you people. Is it my turn? What? No, it's not your turn. You're sitting in water. Why are you even sitting in that chair? What's a chair? That thing you're getting all wet. Now it's kind of smells like mildew. Okay, rude. First, let's get this over with. It's your turn, Ocean. Do you check in? Check in? What? I'm just looking for the bathroom. Bathroom, are you serious? It's down the hall to the left. It's okay, never mind. Never mind, what does that mean? No, not you two. That wasn't meant to be confessional time for reality. For literally every character in this game. It's okay, we have to confess anything. We don't have anything to confess, we're just working our asses off for 2 days straight and wanted to sit down somewhere. The chair is wet. Yeah, I think Ocean just peed on it. How does that put... You know, I don't care. You two are looking pretty pleased with yourselves. I've got something to confess. Oh great, it's gonna be you ate glue in the second grade, you cheated on an algebra test once. Watching Trapper get eliminated was the first time in this unending spiral staircase of pain that is my life that I've ever felt a modicum of joy. Every minute that I'm alive is a nightmare. This place, this sun, these sweet sugary drinks. It sounds fun for a long weekend, but for an eternity, the unrelenting rhythm of crashing waves and wailing seagulls, it's like a singeing song of evil that makes me question the very foundation of the universe. Why am I here? Why are any of us here? What kind of sentient being would do this? Please erase me from this existence. Make it so I was never born. Pull the plug on this experiment and let my soul be free. And please, please get me out of this polo shirt. Okay, let's get you to bed, buddy. I don't want to go to bed. Going to bed means eventually I have to wake up. Mood. Yikes, huh? That's a weird way to end. Oh, well, what are you going to do? You let the camera roll long enough, someone is bound to say something crazy. Anyway. 2 days in paradise. Anyway, so hit the hay and get some rest. Tomorrow's going to be a doozy. Soft sunlight warms your skin, nudging you awake. Also, you're using a killer crab as a pillow, which is sort of okay with. What's that? You don't know about the killer crabs? Oh, right. You didn't go to get on the hunter state. You really missed out. It was Sterling, okay? I guess it would have been, and you had to play the game again to get that reference, I suppose. You pull on your beach attire, water your face. Dwight and Claudette approach. Is that look on their faces excitement? Terror? You notice their stomach flutters with butterflies. Someone's in love. Or you've been infected with the zombie butterflies in your sleep. It has happened here before, but it's probably the love thing. It's time! Claudette just over to the beach where the killers all stand flanked by TV torches. It's a scene which reminiscent of a TV show you used to hate watch with your ex. I swear I need some way to prove that I'm just staring at the screen. Suddenly the message is clear. You're going to declare your affection for a killer in front of the several other killers. Hey, isn't Trickster supposed to be here? We paid him good money to make some half-assed cameos in the show. I'm going to chew his agent out. But before they walk you over for your big moment, don't you think we've noticed how kind of you've been to us, Nami? It can't be easy being thrown into a mysterious island for seemingly no reason, surrounded by terrifying killers, trying to manage your most primal impulse, murder and making out. And you kept a cool head and treated us, your friendly island host, with dignity and respect. So don't tell anyone we told you this, but Claudette and Dwight look around conspiratorially. Just a little hint, going forward, don't try to go all the way like a killer who isn't into you. Relationships are two-way streets, and if you don't have a green light in the other direction, you might end up in the friend zone. The friend zone, that doesn't sound so bad. Where do you think you are exactly? Dead by Daylight doesn't do friends. These are killers, and there are survivors. I'm afraid we can't say more. Claudette and Dwight look. Well, I've never seen Spirit open up to anyone she hasn't opened up to. And I've seen her open up the insides of plenty of people, but thankfully, for you and us, that's in a different type of game. What did you do, Lurka? So are you ready? Of course you're not. But too bad, we're on a schedule. Really, who am I going to pick? Oh boy. That was disgusting. You make your way over to the row of hotties. Claudette and Dwight stand off to the side, hands behind their backs. It's been quite the 48 hours, but there are clearly sparks in the air, and I'm not just talking about this rusty chainsaw. Though I do recommend staying away from those sparks. It's time for our newcomer to confess their love. Wait. I do have to do a drum roll for this? No, you don't, but who cares? Nami, who do you choose for your show? Or can we at least do the flower thing? Dwight, I thought we agreed to keep that between us. No, not that flower thing, the thing where the suitor gets... What flower thing? Dwight, Claudette. You got a whole story going on, you two. Suitors get a flower as a symbol of their contestants' love and affection. Oh, right, I suppose, but no roses, they're such a cliche at this point. Well, that's good because I tried to pick a rose and they got an ouchie, so I settled for these. Ooh, Pretty. You've done good, Dwight. That's a lovely bouquet. I hope Dwight saves some of these for Claudette. They're a thing, right? You're getting that vibe too. Just me? Sorry. I mean, they do like to stick things inside each other, but I think they're more made of metal. Sorry, you've got other things to talk about right now. Nami, do you select these? Who do you select these flowers and spend the day with today? You approach the spirit, peering below the brim of her impressively large hat and into her haunting eyes. Spirit, since I met you, I've been enchanted by your presence. You've challenged me to be a better person and resisted the urge to show me the sharp end of your katana. For that, I thank you. I'm ready to take our relationship to the next level. And we shall, up to the eye of the dark storm that is our reality, to the lantern room of the Black Lighthouse. It's time to see what you're made of, Nami. I thought it might be nice to start the day out on Trapper's yacht before we head back to the Black Lighthouse. Even if I kind of hate this basic tropical vacation stuff like yachts and snorkeling or whatever, it's good for you to see me in the sun. A little bit at least. There's more than what you've already gotten to experience. I know my whole vibe can be a little dark. The hat, the swimsuit, the plume of floating hair. That wasn't always who I was. I was a normal young woman once. Went to school, hung out with friends. I even had a part-time job working at a restaurant in town. And then I know what happened to your father. He murdered me and I awoke as an undead avenger. That's not what I'm getting at. Something else happened to me. I realized I needed to be seen. I don't even know by whom. A lot of the time when you think about ghosts, these kind of see-through flickering specters, you imagine reaching out and having your hand go right through them. Ooh, like that sort of thing. Maybe there's some warpy effect on the world around you. I don't know. It depends on which movie you're watching. But when I died, well, I dare you to try and reach your hand through me. Not really, that's not an invitation, it's rhetorical. Why did I end up this way? Who brought me here to this island? Who knows? I sure don't. I've got my ideas, but I'm not exactly out there digging around in caves or dusting off antiques trying to find clues to analyze their meanings. I do want to take the experience seriously, though. I want to give the process a chance. It may be a dumb process, and that one I have extremely little respect for this person, but you just woke up on this beach with no memory of who you are or where you came from, and rather than freak out and simply try and swim away, you're giving this a chance. I actually didn't know that swimming wasn't always an option. It's not, however, the fact that you've never even tried. I think that means you've got courage or an open mind. Or I don't know, maybe you stuck around because you like someone you met here. It's the fourth option. While the two of you are getting all deep and philosophically flirty, the yacht pulled up to the shore next to the Black Lighthouse. Last stop, everybody off. There are other stops. Oh, no, not on this trip. Well, no, not on this trip of your life. Spirit rolls her eyes and leaves for the shore. I'm just messing with you. That was the only stop. Nobody here is really looking for our fun. Not for our fun, so we have to make it ourselves. But no, there are no other stops. Seriously, go. Race you to the poop deck, Dwight. The ship doesn't have a poop deck. Oh, it will. You disembark. You see Claudette running across the ship. Too bad you can't date those two. They seem like they know how to have a good time. Polly? You arrive at the beach near the majestic Black Lighthouse. Its imposing form towers above you. A flock of birds circle lazily, no sense of fear or urgency as it's circling a corpse that hasn't moved in ages. I'm excited about today, see? Spirit places her wrist delicately in your hand and presses your fingers down against her skin. It's cool to the touch, but you feel the faintest of pulses. My blood is absolutely pumping. So what happens now? Now I show you something that no one has ever seen up close before. Well, no one who has lived to tell about it. We're going there. Spirit points to the top of the lighthouse amongst the circling birds. What's actually up there? Have you seen it? Wraith. Get out of here. Hi, Wraith. You seem chipper today. Something strange is definitely going on with this guy. Well, something else strange. Something different than what's usually going on. Wraith takes a deep breath, sucking in the ocean air like it's the greatest air he's ever been sucked. Nami, thank you. Thank you for choosing anyone else to go on a date with today. Alone again forever. This is how I was meant to be. I feel alive. Are you done kind of on a date you just mentioned? I'm glad you're feeling better, Wraith. But like she said, we're in the middle of something. You mind? Oh, right. So, what you doing? Heading up to the eye of the lighthouse? I love it up there. You can really see the whole island from up there. In fact, Spirit, I thought you said no one had been up there and lived to tell about it. Sounds like telling about it. Technically, I don't think Wraith counts as being alive. I mean, God, I'm just talking to myself all night. I mean, I don't maintain the canon, but Spirit waves her arms at Wraith from head to toe. And he's not dead now. How is he going to be pushed? And if he's not dead, now he's going to be when I punish him for interrupting our date. Hey, now we can solve our problems without our hair floating up in any menacing shapes. I'll just be over here, running away. Enjoy the view! I think Wraith was kidding about that hole being up there. Honestly, the view isn't even of the island. What you can see is mostly ocean on account of it being, a lighthouse. However, that does bring up an interesting point. Regardless, how do I say it? Spirit's hand floats up as he scratches her head contentedly. Fuck, I'm tired. You don't usually see her at a loss for words like this. What's your mortal status? Because despite what our lanky friend seems to think, the lighthouse is not to be trifled with. It's a beacon of death and suffering that brings doom to it from all corners of the world, if not further. Well, duh, you saw a frickin' pirate ship seemingly travel through space and time only to crumble as the rocks beneath the spooky tower. But you decided not to point it out because that would be too romantic now. Wouldn't be too... I think I'm alive. I'm here with you, walking this beach, feeling the water on my feet, feeling the sun on my skin. Does that really make you alive? I guess I don't know. If you come with me up into the eye in black, you may never return. Is that a risk you're willing to take? Because we have something I won't deny. I feel it. I'd hate for you to simply turn to ash. If I were to commit right here and now to figuring this out as friends, we could put that risk off at another time. Just be friends? Ouch, is that a way of letting you down easy? If I want that friendship, I want you. That's why I chose you. I can't decide this for you. I can only warn you that this may not be safe. You might die up there, and there's nothing I can do about it. It is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. I don't need another friend. I want something more. I'd risk my life for it. Spirit smiles a quirky, devilish smile. Right this way. Inside the lighthouse, it's almost pitch black, as it was seemingly day when you stepped through the door, but inside this place is like a void. The last thing you see is the final rays of sun leave you is a horrible sight. A petrified body lying on the stairs, reaching up. Not up, but down, as if it's been crawling. Watch your step. The things we do for love. When you arrive in the lantern room at the top of the black lighthouse, you breathe a sigh of relief. The light is out and seemingly defunct. Dust cakes the room as though it hasn't been operated in a century. However, somehow, it was just morning a moment ago, but now it's night. What do you mean a moment ago? We've been standing here looking out over the ocean all day. I've really enjoyed the peaceful time together with you. Taking in the view, standing in complete silence for hours. It was kind of my perfect date. Really? I don't remember that. I just call it my I want to remember it. For some reason, my mind is completely blank, but hey, I'm not dead. Oh, you're already dead, and I have been this whole time. That's true. Maybe we'll never know. It doesn't look like the light is working. Even turned off, the light has power to it. The massive lens refracts moonlight through itself. A subtle sparkle that has a hypnotic effect. Maybe that's where the day went. Staring into this light as the sun fell and the moon rose. Thanks for spending the day with me. I really did have a good time. That's it. Don't get me wrong, it's really cool. I guess I don't know what expected. I suppose if you thought you were walking into your death and nothing happened, it might be a bit anticlimactic. Sorry, anyhow, it's time to go. Here, let me flip on the light for the staircase so it's easier to get down. Spirit is interrupted by a strange hum, and then it becomes frighteningly clear to you that switch wasn't for the stairs. It was for the main lantern. A lantern that is now beginning to power up. The faintest smell of burning begins to reach your nose. Oopsie, looks like maybe that switch wasn't for the stair lights after all. Now we see who really is alive and who is really dead, I suppose. It was bound to happen sooner or later. You slam your eyes closed, hoping that somehow not looking at the light itself will protect you. Not sure if you guys see the logic in that, but if it is magic, it kind of defies logic. I want to see it, but, well, I'm a little scared. Don't look directly into the light. Open your eyes and look only at me, and I'll keep you safe. Okay. Ah, damn it. Oh, God. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, God. It's so fucking fast. Not bad. Oh, God. Why is it so fast? You missed completely. You seem okay. Hope I haven't ruined this by pushing you to do something you weren't meant to do. You're so brave. Maybe it's not so coordinated, but certainly brave. You're lucky you put yourself through this for me. It shows that you're real. Despite your attempt to resist it, the incredible force of energy from the Black Lighthouse's lantern eyes refuse to subside. No, it cannot be ignored, and it doesn't matter if you look directly at it or not. In the end, that was just a trivial game. This is real life and real magic. You stare at it now, and it penetrates your mind. Power penetrates your mind. It's a one-shot fail? Hey, been a while. How are things? Doing good? Feeling more dead or more alive? Yeah, love will do that to a person. Don't worry, it'll make sense soon. You wake to hear the spirit's muffled voice. You get a terrible taste in your mouth, like burnt hair. The air feels damp and smells like ash. It takes time for the sound to clear up, but eventually Spirit's words start to make sense to you. However, it's clear she's talking to someone else, not to you. You know how sometimes people say, it's not you, it's me? Well, this time it is you, and it's also me. I can't believe I thought you would change for me. I can't believe I thought what you were doing was a sacrifice. You never gave anything up for me. Well, today I saw what love looks like, and it looks a whole lot different than this. I don't think you're hearing me, which is weird, because I'm practically shouting. Nobody speaks up with Trapper. Nobody. Oh yeah, fine. Nobody breaks up with Trapper. But I'm not doing that. I'm dumping. I'm sorry. Don't you say it. I'm dumping Evan McMillan, and there's nothing you or he can do about it. It's over between us, Evan. Trapper turns from Spirit and looks directly at you. You realize you're laying on the ground of some weird tunnel. I think your shouting woke up Nami. I don't know what to do. I'm going to stay quiet and attempt to be as quiet as possible. You hold your breath and freeze in place. Sorry we woke you up, Nami, and after what happened, you're probably better off sleeping for a bit longer. Things just got out of hand. How'd you know? You were talking in your sleep basically non-stop until you woke up and then you got quiet. What was I saying? I don't know, I don't speak Dutch. Do you speak het Netherlands? Do you speak het Netherlands? Blijkbaar? Yeah, see, there you go again. The jig is, as they say, up. They know you're awake now, and we're going to have to deal with this awkward situation head on. Oh, I'm aware I'm dead. Clearly I shouldn't be here. You two are having a very personal conversation that I don't need to be involved in. I didn't even know how I got here. Not here on the island, or here in the creepy tunnel. As far as the island goes, your guess is as good as mine. As far as this tunnel goes, we brought you here. You and Trapper, but after the lighthouse light came on, you blacked out on your way down. I thought you might have hit your head or something. It's hard to tell what blood is new and old around here. Either way, I wanted to get you someplace safe, and I asked Trapper for help. It's not that I can't carry you, I just didn't feel like, I hate anything messing with my shards. Trapper, on the other hand, he loves nothing more than to have an unconscious body draped over his shoulder. Sir. Later. I could have asked Claudette or Dwight for help, but I don't trust them. But you trust Trapper? Like and trust are two different things. You might think Trapper... Like and trust are two different things. You might think Trapper can be a real jerk, and you'd be right. But you get what you see with him. We brought you down here because we're the only ones who knew about this place. It's part of an old tunnel network that connects different places on the island. What up, guys? Talking island mysteries? My favorite topic. I was just in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd pop it. Trapper, you said this place was private. Don't look at me. I didn't tell him about it. Half of the appeal of this sort of thing is getting away from people like him. Well, geez, I can see why I'm not wanted. So you three thruple now, or... Because I gotta say, really didn't want the whole Trapper spirit thing, but hey, it's not my business. I don't stick my nose in it. We were not a thing. Nobody traps the Trapper. Not with traps or relationships. And you do realize you're sticking your nose in our business right now, right? Wow, so hostile. If you don't want to talk about it, just say so. Anyhow, this tunnel has some very interesting features. If you head about 50 meters down that way, you'll find... Get out. Wraith looks around just to be doubly sure that the Trapper is addressing him. I was just leaving. The island is a lonely place, which is great for me. I love to be alone. Trapper, on the other hand, he's quite needy. And after a lot of pursuit, I will finally let him catch up to me. And it became, well, I don't want to call it a relationship because somebody didn't want to have that talk. But we were more than friends. With benefits? I dispute the events as told. For the record, I don't pursue, I stalk, and I lie in wait. Seeing eye to eye was not one of the things we were good at. So I hate to ask, but did I just look into a refrigerator-sized death lamp? So I guess it's more of a glutton for punishment than I thought. What were you good at? Well, for starters, excuse me, I'll take the question, thank you very much. If you know anything about me by now, it's that I'm on a quest for revenge. Exactly. You might not know, Trapper is like a great classical maestro of revenge. Trapper blushes behind the mask. That's one way to compliment a killer. Revenge against friends who had turned their back and betrayed him. Revenge against his father for making him into a monster. Revenge against a barista who wrote Ewan on his cappuccino knowing his name was actually Evan. For someone who thinks about revenge as much as I do, Trapper is an inspiration. But they say, never date your heroes. Good advice, but I don't think that's the saying. And then came along Nami. You showed me that it's okay to be lost, and I feel pathetic to push on when you have nothing real to offer. I'm not sure where you got all that from, but okay. You held up a mirror to my own doubts and fears and show me that they aren't everything about me, and I can embrace those things but not be defined by them. You show me that life and death can be more than just an obsession with revenge and mind-blowing sex on the ground. Madam. The music's not helping. Trapper nudges you in the ribs with his elbows. Gross, clearly appealing to Trapper's better features. It's been a winning strategy for dumping his ass because he seems like to be taking it quite well. This whole half-assed dating show parody thing, at first I obviously thought it was a lame idea. What kind of moron thought there was an audience for this? But then we spent some time together and I realized... Go on! Yes, right, Nero, go on! But then we spent some time together and I realized there's something actually real here. And I don't want to give up on it. Oh my god. Listen, Nami. It didn't play. Listen, Nami, you were knocked unconscious by some minor head trauma like a total weakling. Spirit confided in me that she has a real feeling for you. I took it extremely well, naturally because I trust her and value her opinions. Sir? That doesn't mean I trust you. If you want to get to her, I have... God damn it. If you want to get to her, you have to go through me first, by passing Trapper's test. Coming to BH VR TV, Sundays at 8 p.m. Welcome to Trapper's Test. Answer my questions correctly or die by my blades. Question 1. Fuck! I don't know if she said it. Does somebody want to help me? What was her name? I'm looking it up right now. Wait, Spirit. Spirit. Ha! Rin Yakamoto. You've got that one. Don't celebrate yet. Question 2. What lives inside a spirit? A dragon. They won't all be this easy. Question 3. What's Spirit's favorite color? Black. Largely superficial. Sure, maybe I didn't even know the Spirit. I didn't get to know Spirit that well. Maybe that's why she... Well, maybe that's why it didn't work out with us. Who knows? Question 5, the final question. You got this, Nami. According to Spirit, what's worse than being dead? Oh, thank God. Thank you, Nero. When I pitched Trapper's Test to the suits of the VR, they told me that there's no room in the budget for a new car to be given as the final prize for winning. So I killed them all, alright, on the spot. Well, killing them, that didn't solve all any of the budget problems. It sure did feel good. I'm telling this to you to brag, A, to brag, and B, to explain why the only thing you're going to win is me saying congratulations for passing Trapper's Test. Now that this is some huge challenge, I mean, the woman obsessed with a giant light that shines in the dark has a chip on her shoulder about being seen. Go figure. You probably guessed, but rules are rules, even if I literally just made them up. You go with it. You got it right. So I guess I approve you dating Spirit or whatever. Never really cared in the first place. I was just hoping that you'd slip up and give me a good excuse to wet my blade with your blood. Maybe I'll find a reason tomorrow. For now, you two have fun. Wink, wink, wink. Trapper out. I'm sorry you had to endure that. What? 5 easy questions? It was nothing. Not even that, as ridiculous as it was, the whole thing. The waking up in a random tunnel, the overhearing of our argument, the news that Trapper and I had something going on. Oh, sorry, Lorca. Thank you. I was being quick and also Googling at the same time, like, See the whole Trapper out catchphrase? Am I the one that actually... It's only because I actually like you. None of it would have happened if it didn't. And I like you too, Spirit. Please call me Rin. Rin. I didn't really feel like our... Oh, they actually did change your name. That's cute. I didn't really feel like our lighthouse experience was complete. There was something else I wanted to show you. Alone in the lantern room of the tower. Get your mind out of the gutter, Nami. It's not that kind of game. What's that? Hold on a moment. I'm being told, no, wait, it is that kind of game. Disregard the gutter comment. Thank you, Lurka. Come back up there with me. There's no place I'd rather be. Your excitement to return to the lantern room and the light drama. More importantly, you're excited to be there with Spirit, which makes it all the more crushing when you're ushered by the arrival of Claudette and Dwight. Funny seeing you here. What did I say? Funny, I mean tragic. Tragic? I don't think so. What could be tragic about a family reunion? Those are always joyous occasions in my experience. Before you can explain what's even supposed to mean, the lighthouse begins to howl a low, frightening sound. The lens begins to glow in a now familiar light. You prepare to shield your eyes in case something bad happens to you again. Now isn't the time for any reality show adjacent shenanigans. Dwight, Claudette, shield your eyes. We don't know what this lighthouse will. Not now. Please don't interrupt. You'd think after all this time you'd know that we've got your best interest in mind. What? No, of course I don't think that I... Got wax in your ears, friend? I asked you not to interrupt. Too late, the black light flares in the darkness and you see something horrible and strange in the place of Claudette and Dwight are two ghoulish silhouettes. But before you can focus on them, the light passes and the two survivors are returned to their normal states. Oh. They're the bad guys. What in the hairy hell? Hey, watch your language. You shouldn't speak that way. Around your L. Grandpa? My little Ren, this is such a woman now. You think grow up so fast. What? Nami, meet Grandpa Kazan Yamako. Well, technically not just Grandpa. Technically he's my great. Is there a reason why? That's a lot of greats to say in a row. I haven't really seen Rin since I watched over her from the afterlife when she was a little girl. And I expect you all to say all the greats in a matter of honor and respect, except Rin. She can do whatever she wants, my precious little angel, but you, when he stares at you with his demonic red eyes, you're pretty sure even the decorative third eye on his mask is looking at you. Yeah. You mongrel must treat me with respect, so help me, I'll be cleaning bits of your head off of my kanabo. A kanabo is like a metal baseball bat covered in spikes, FYI. I'm not sure what a peasant like you is doing so close to a descendant of the noble Yamako bloodline in the first place. Dirk, Claudine, explain what's going on to me. It's Dwight, sir, and Claudette, remember? We explained to you that you were going to come meet with your great-great-granddaughter's suitor and have to give or withhold your approval. 5 greats. Great grandfather, sir. Your honor, master, sir. Dwight, he's a samurai, not a judge. Grandpa, they must have summoned you here because you think you have great judgment, and because if they summoned my father, I would be too distracted by torturing him for all eternity to continue with the rest of the whatever this is, show, game, experience. Ah, yes, that makes sense. Only a man of my own power and magnitude can help. Self-important much? Nice to meet you, Kazan. Only my friends and family, Kazan, those who tremble in fear call me Oni. You see resemblance to Trapper in not only the sheer size of the man that Oni is, but also his attitude. Apparently, Spirit has a type. You sure you can or want to measure up to that? I can try. This definitely deserves more thought, but not the time to consider the fact that you might be some kind of hulking vampire with first ever case of self-blindness. There's a massive samurai mad dogging you from 2 steps away. Well, you don't scare me at all, so I'll stick with Kazan. Peasant, I realize now the true purpose of my visit is to extinguish your light. When he waves his baton in the air, you menacingly, like great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, like great-great-great-great-granddaughter, apparently. Hold up there, Grandpops, not so fast. You're only supposed to kill them if they deserve it. First, you should get to know them a little bit better. Young people these days always wanting to kill people, insisting they must deserve it. Back in my day, you did what needed to be done because your nobility depended on it. In his day, for such an imposing presence, he sure is giving us a serious old man yells at clouds vibes. You see, when I was a young man, we didn't have foreigners in our land. We didn't need them. We had an abundance of culture already. A little too much, if you ask me. But I didn't make the rules. The rulers did. Exactly as how it should be. Literature, art, commerce, theater, fashion, poetry, puppet shows, ghost stories, courtesans, gambling, fighting, fine dining, fast food, public executions. What were we talking about? Spirit giggles at her great. Okay. I'm not saying all those every time at Oni's forgetfulness. You wonder... Does she even like this guy? She sure hates her father, so... Listen up, old man. We don't have time to do a list of every activity available to a samurai in the entirety of the Edo period. Science present. You showing your ignorance, samurai were forbade from many activities that didn't benefit the Bushido code, such as attending certain theatrical performances. For instance, sometimes, however, a samurai would put on a disguise in order to seek out entertainment. Now, I'm not saying I did that because I had honor, and a body built like an entire castle that is quite hard to hide. But clearly you have neither my honor nor my physique. You don't even know about the ins and outs of the shifting rules of traditional Japanese samurai etiquette, you fool. Rin? What would you want such an underrated... Right. You find it hard to believe that the contemporary person knows as much about who was and wasn't allowed to do leisure activities 100 years ago. However, your reality... Really not sure how to handle that massive demonic... Oh wait, I get it, sweet Rin, my beautiful descendant. You've invited me here to do what you're too kind to do. Bash this jerk's head in. Claude, Doris, fetch my Kabato. Rin, wrap your robe around this mongrel's hands and hold them still. We'll splatter their brains on the beach together as a family. Grandpa, no, that's not why I invited you here at all. In fact, I didn't invite you, Claudette and Dwight did. Ah, yes. Sure, wink, wink, wink. The whole saying wink out loud thing is getting out of hand. Him and Trapper really do have a lot in common, don't they? I swear Nami has a good soul in the heart of a warrior. They fought for my love in their own way. Faced down death more than once. And put up their fair nonsense. Nonsense which seems to be endless. Can we, I don't know, wrap this up already? Of course, who am I to expect anyone to wait around for my approval? I've only been hanging out as a ghost and watching my bloodline be polluted by cowards and quitters for 5 generations. Just come give your sister-in-law a hug. Sword drawn, Oni beckons you closer. There's no way he has ever hugged anyone in his entire life. I think I'm good over here, actually. Rin, now push them my way and I'll split them in half. The sacrifice of the usurper of the Yamako bloodline will surely bring us back to life and set us back on the course of honor. Here's a silly grandpa. We both know that the only sacrifice can get our family back on track. Revenge on my father, your great-great-great-grandson, traitor to the Yamako name. The lust for violence in your voice fills me with cheer. I'll never forget who I am. I suppose that if this person you want to be with, go on a journey of bloody revenge with, I should trust that your judgment, the strength inside your blood, of your blooms from the shame plea that was planted centuries ago by our shared ancestors. And if Nami ever treats me poorly, you have my word on our family's honor, I will wield my katana and gut them like a fish. Okay. A tear rolls down Nami's neck. That's my girl. You sure you want to marry into this? And one last word of advice, my dear girl. The father stuff, don't forget it. But maybe stop focusing so specifically and obsessively on it. What he did, it wasn't awful, but it was already done. Do something for yourself now. Just my 2 cents. Be well, Rin. I will see you again soon. Now let's go, servants. Clint, Danny's. Return me to the stables. I assume my dragon has been fed and tended to. Yes, sir. Sure. Better part of dealing with Trapper's dad. Very special man. I realize I never measured up to someone like that. A warrior with a hell of a fashion sense. I meant the mask. Don't worry, I would never expect you to, or want you to, really. If all I wanted was the biggest brute alive, I'd be down in Trapper's cave right now, avoiding his vintage bear traps. But that's not life I've imagined for myself. The sense of abstract duty, anger at a world of changing around me, a lust for blood, that's no way to live. And yet, as you now know, that is the Yamato way of life. For I'm cursed to battle against the dragon that lives inside me, or at least, maybe I was until now. Call me the Dragon Tamer, baby. You haven't won the game yet. Please don't ruin it. Sorry, I have no idea where that came from. I do. I think we spent enough time in the lantern room. We should go back to the beach. The moonlight sets at a romantic mood in the storm clouds. You know, the sun might have set, but if we wait long enough, it will rise again. Thank you. Maybe you could get me a head start on applying tomorrow's sunscreen. Again, I mean, yeah, of course, last time I definitely felt more connected to you afterwards. You totally agree with you. Kind of asked for me as a gift, but I really enjoyed it. I swear, though, if you tell anyone about this, I will not be labeled as a foot freak. Not that there is anything wrong with feet. It's just that something that kind of attention gets people talking. Steady. Steady. Almost. 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 Ah, damn it. Why is it the feet? Ah, damn it. Close. Almost. Damn it! Close. Almost. How many of these do I have to do? Damn. Do I have to get it perfectly in the green? Damn it. God, that's so goddamn high. I love feeling your hands like up there. Why is she a foot person? Been more moist. Get up here right now. Before you can find a towel to wipe off your lotioned hands, Spirit grabs your hands and pulls you in close. Her lips lock into yours. They're surprisingly soft and warm. The sensation is incredible. Clouds cover the moon as you find yourself on the beach with Spirit in complete darkness. You can feel the narrow straps of her... snaking through the hair, wrapping around your body, lifting you up into your feet. Come here, you. So this is what it feels like to fly. Pain and pleasure mix and wash over you like the ocean's salty air stinging your skin as you writhe against your undead. The lighthouse howls. In the darkness, you're pretty sure that Spirit lets the dragon inside of her take over. If it kills you, you're sure it would have been worth it. The clouds part just as you manage to pull yourself exhausted away from... A chunk of broken glass is lodged in your shoulder. When you pluck it from your skin, it drips blood. Sorry, I think that got stuck on you when I was having the best night of my life. Spirit drags her fingertips over the sharp end of the glass shard. Keep it. Consider it a memento. I've got plenty more where that came from. Could I have gotten a warning for that scene? Now it's the time, Nami, to face your destiny. Actually, about that. Nami, can we talk privately? Maybe, not here. Maybe someplace else that would be better for this talk. You know, we feel about schedule and Spirit right very strongly. And as you know how I feel about telling me what to do, don't do it. Like I said, I'd rather have this talk with Nami privately. It's not right to do it here in front of everyone. No warning for me. Okay, fine. You know, from my experience in upper management my father's mine, I learned that if you're going to fire someone, it's best to do it in public so they don't freak out. Please, enough fire talk. Wait, you think, no, she couldn't be. They seem so in love. Well, I mean, not really. Spirit is still Spirit. But if I tried to imagine Spirit in love, I suppose she hasn't attempted to murder Nami yet, so... Okay, fine, your guess is as good as mine, really. That girl is very hard to read. A word of advice, though, if you're going to end it quickly, in my experience. The more pathetic the creature, the more annoying the final hows are. I don't need it, everyone, except for Nami. Did someone say final house? That's kind of my whole jam. I can stay, right? Especially you. Out. Lame. Smell that cleaver body spray. Oh, that gag. I'm gagging. We're all gagging for cleaver body spray. Spirit Rin. I don't know what you plan on saying before you say anything. Just know I really enjoyed my time with you. Getting to know you over the past few days helped me get to know myself. For that, I just want to say thank you. That's sweet. You're welcome. And you know what? That kind of thing that shows you've got a good heart inside you. Too good for me to carve out and toss into the ocean, but also too good for me to love. I need someone who shares my interests, someone I can stay connected with, someone jaded and dispassionate, only driven forward by a desire for revenge. I need someone who isn't so warm that I feel cold in comparison. I need someone who isn't you. Can we just be friends? I don't know if... Words, and for that matter, I wouldn't say I'm leaving, but us, we're definitely through. The fact that you can't see that... What the hell? I just spent all this time on the sign doing everything I can to get to know you, only to be told that I should just leave the chocolate factory through the side door. I don't know what that means. Anyway, I said good night, Nami. See you around. Hey, why did she keep saying she'll see me around? I have no idea. Good night, Nami. See you again. Forever. Wait, was that not the true ending for her? Lurka. Oh. Yeah, I just read. I realized there was like there was like two options back. Yeah, I just looked up the playthrough. I chose. I always. It's like tell spirit you've always been alone. Admit that there's nothing but darkness inside of you. Let the spirit tell a story around the fire pit. Hug the spirit. Ask the spirit who cares when she asks if you believe her. And pick spirit to spend time within the fire pit. Admit that the cherry blossom. Oh, and then I also have to admit the cherry blossom makes me feel frustrated. Yeah, I don't have time to rerun this. Not tonight. If I'm not doing anything this weekend, we might run longer. And since now that I know how to. See, the fact that this one round took 3 hours tells me it's going to be a very long game, which means we might try and speed run or figure out if there's a way to load. But yeah, we'll do the hunter next. We'll do the hunter at least next time, and then maybe we'll try and go back and get her proper ending. So, let us see something real quick. Yeah, I know who we're going to go raid. We're going to go raid somebody. I am going to raid somebody who actually I'm surprised is up this early. You guys are going to get to... So, we're going to keep more of the tropical vibe going and do some Sea of Thieves. Go say hi to Mother Nocturna for me. But I will see you all, if not this weekend, Monday. Later, my lovelies.